What's up, everybody? This is Chieftain, and you're watching Reaction Video Summer here on Lagging Out. We're back, we're reacting, we're having fun, because today we are reacting to one of our favorite YouTubers, Ezra, who's actually now the voice of Cleveland Brown on Family Guy. But he has this not so brand new, but oldie but goodie reaction video called Voice Trolling Players on Fortnite. So let's check it out.
Stop chuckling! Stop it!
Sounds like the guy from Freddy Godparents. For real.
Don't laugh at me, you idiot. I'm going to shave your mother. Little Parmesan Poppy.
Daddy, what kind of stupid name is Parmesan Poppy?
It's a better name than Lisbon. I'm sorry about that. Please ignore him. He's past his bedtime. Go to sleep now. Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
The gas prices, my boy. Let's go, let's go.
Let's get this dub.
And what does dub mean, young chap?
Victory Royale.
Victory Royale. Oh, that sounds much better. Let's call it that from now on, shall we?
Good English accent.
Parmesan Poppy. What does that mean?
It's like my SoundCloud rapper name.
Well, that's not what your lady friend calls you, is it? I hope not.
Nah.
Well, I can steal that one for myself.
Daddy, what kind of stupid name is Parmesan Poppy?
Better name than Lisbon. I'm sorry. about that. Please ignore him. He's past his bedtime. Go to sleep now. Do you have a good weapon, my boy?
Yeah, I'm locked and loaded.
Ah, locked and loaded. The American catchphrase, I see. I'm jolly good day. I had a chest hair. There's one thing you should know about me, boy. I adore big chests.
Don't ever talk about Mother that way.
Damn you, Lisbon. Go take a bath and go to bed or something. Down.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
That's for you, my boy. We're in business now.
Get this dub now. Now we got this dub for sure.
Oh my god.
How on
They
earth are you
lost.
wearing that ghastly thing? Yo, what's up, dog?
What's up?
You sound pretty giddy, man. I like that. You got me in a better mood, man.
Oh my god.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah, dude. Crush.
Yo, man, what are you smoking on over there, dog? I need some of that. You creep me out, man. You're giving me the heebie-jeebies, dog. What's up with the chuckles, man?
I'm playing Apex.
This isn't Apex, bro. This is Fortnite.
I'm playing Apex.
Yo, dog. I don't know what you're on, but I need some of that.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
You sound like H2O Delirious and Krusty the Clown put together, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh,
kid.
Bogey's incoming, man.
Okay, I'm coming.
Dude, it's too late. I'm done, dude. I'm toast. What's so funny over there? Are you watching 2.5 Men or something?
Oh
man?
my god.
Yeah, I'm the girl.
Dude, I've been looking for a girlfriend. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Ah, dude. Never mind.
Yeah? Friggin'.
Scary, dog.
You want to date me?
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, I'll pass, you freaking pansy ways.
Oh my god.
Wreck, man.
What's your name?
Zachary. Nice to meet you, dog.
Oh my god.
Zachary.
Zap! Oh! I'm taking
Sounds
fire,
like a
bro.
Chad to me.
Yo, Proj, man. Me and you, we're gonna take over Fortnite, dog.
Okay.
You're making a mistake, man. You better stop shooting at me, dude. You're done, dog.
Oh
Done,
man.
dude. Yeah, this tree I'm smoking is primo, dog. I just took out 3 bogeys, dude. These guys friggin' suck. Come on, man. Get out your vehicle, dude. Get out your vehicle. Oh, okay, come on. Let's take it to the grass, dog. Let's take it to the grass, dude. Go to sleep, man. Boom. Ah, shit.
Now they can hear you.
Sweet.
Welcome to the black screen.
Almost like the legendary blue screen. I had a coworker the other day, actually this morning, that had dubbed our incident last week that somebody from Team Idiot did, rolled out an update without testing it first, and it blue screened over 100 systems on our network.
Wow.
He called it the blue inning.
So the worst blue balls in history.
Oh yes. Imagine my anger and frustration being the one that needed to fix it.
It wouldn't be lagging out if we didn't have technical issues.
Yep.
Apparently Streamlabs disconnected all my audios, but it is working now. So welcome to Lagging Out. We are the Lagging Out crew. From left to right, I am the chieftain. To my right is Black Lidoni. Below me is Hiro, the IT guy.
Yeah, can't see. No. Gang signs. Boom.
And the only host that runs at 60 frames a second. Please welcome Soda.
Hello.
And in the center, you'll see some gameplay by the one and only Tyrann Death. We'll be going back and forth to his stream. But people might want to find this entertaining, so we could put in a game in the middle. Thank you, Aris, for that. That was a suggestion from her. We appreciate you. And she is huge on I was going to say Twitch. She's probably huge on Twitch, but she is huge on TikTok. She's always in my feed for some reason. I don't know why, but very entertaining. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to go over today, guys. It's crazy. It is crazy. It is insane. It is the greatest show that you're now watching. We are Lagging Out live.
So I could open us up with a nonsensical story about a crossbow.
That's what
Yes.
she said.
Yeah.
So recently got a crossbow, actually a couple days ago, and I put it together myself, got everything set up. I applied the bowstring lubricant and stuff.
Lube.
I knew that was coming.
So what did you not
It's
put
gonna-
together correctly?
Oh no, I put it all together correctly. Took me a little bit of effort to remember how to properly load a crossbow because it's called a cocking string. I know that someone's gonna laugh at that.
The show just writes itself.
The cocking rope and all that stuff. So I got it
Lube and a cock.
properly set up to fire, and I loaded a bolt. You're never supposed to dry fire one of these, of course. So I took it outside and
got another one.
aimed it about 10 feet away from me and pulled the trigger. It fired. I was like, oh, awesome.
Oh,
it works.
no.
I put it together right. I walked up to the bolt, picked it up, and the training tip of the bolt had collapsed into the shaft, splitting the bolt.
He's a chef.
Shut up. Shut up. What are you,
Jesus
12?
Just
Jesus.
And I thought about this for a moment.
That's the greatest
I thought
story
about
ever.
this for a moment. And I looked at the box and I said, this thing fires at 425 feet per second. Maybe I shouldn't fire it at the ground so close to myself.
What did you think
What?
this was? A medieval weapon? Did
No,
you
but
just
what an
assume
idiot
that none
button.
of this Did you just assume that none of this technology has been refined and
idiot.
finessed throughout the centuries
So-
that we've had crossbows? Van Helsing?
The reason I didn't think that it would destroy the bolt was because that is the proper way to unload a crossbow. You fire it into the ground with a training arrow or training bolt, something that it's a field tip. It's not a bladed tip.
You do that in Texas, it'll break in half.
So you fire it into the ground at a good distance. Apparently, I did not fire it.
Distance?
I did, but I also didn't have a lot of room to work with, considering my backyard. I live in a cookie cutter neighborhood. My backyard's not that big. I didn't think anything of it.
Hang on. Mister, I know how to properly fire weapons, and I care for my items very carefully.
They're coming for your crossbows.
Are you telling me that you basically didn't necessarily plan everything when it came to firing a distance weapon that you would a rifle just because it's not a bullet?
Well,
Yes.
to be fair, my cousin has a similar crossbow. It only fires at 405 feet per second.
And you still think 10 feet would have been good enough?
And he quite literally fired it 5 feet away from himself into the dirt and did not destroy his crossbow bolt.
How old is his crossbow?
His crossbow is relatively new, within the last 6 months.
How often has he used it?
Pretty regularly. He's hunting with it.
Well, then it's probably been broken in. So, since yours was straight out of the package, that, again, I'm pontificating here, but it may have something to do with that. His has been broken in. The gears are, all the mechanics are wearing down and getting used to how he fires. You got it right out of the package. Everything's brand new.
To be fair, it is a much higher rated crossbow in firing speed. So, having not accounted for
Just lost
that
3
much
viewers in the
more,
crossbow story.
the not taking into consideration that 25 feet per second additional force might have had something to do with it. Now, also, I did read the reviews, and there are people out there that are saying they are having trouble finding proper targets that will stop the bolt. It has a propensity of firing through and through. Hey, soda. Jesus Christ, y'all are haters.
I mean, this is supposed to be a gaming channel, so...
Nobody said what kind of
I
game.
like crossbows. They're pretty cool looking.
They-
No, I don't have any
Been a
issues
lot
with
of
crossbows.
hunting games,
Did you kill
Call
anything?
of Duty,
Aside from time...
What's that?
and Pride.
Well, I just got it, and I'll be taking the crossbow out after I get it zeroed this weekend.
So
I won't
that's a
be
note.
firing at things. I won't be firing at things 10 feet from me, though.
Well, if a boar's 10 feet from me, I better fire something at it.
I'd be worried about ripping out its organs with that bolt.
No, it would probably... If you're not careful, it'll rip out your organs, so you better be careful, too.
Well, that's why you don't point it at yourself or other people.
The boar!
Ah,
Speaking of boar,
go ahead, Chief. You know all about that topic.
It's pretty sus.
Oh, Lord.
If anyone gets that joke, Google the family name for pig. It'll make sense. So, it's not a kid-friendly show. We welcome plenty of audiences, but just remember, this show in particular, not kid-friendly. Also, views expressed on this show do not necessarily share the same views as Lag and Entertainment or the individuals thereof, so watch with caution, or don't.
Why is it me?
You have been chosen.
What? Oh, we need your fucking money? Is that what I'm supposed to say?
there we go.
Yeah, we need your money, people.
I like money.
Scan the barcode on the screen. Send us the money, please.
It's actually a QR code, but
Same thing.
we're on Hover.
Barcode, QRC.
Follow us for non sequiturs, or in case you have a short attention span, or for things that are out of context because it makes it funny.
You
It's
mean
like TikTok
everything we
without
post there?
China.
China.
And the shit is funny.
It is.
If you don't find it funny, you got issues.
Thank you to our patrons. All one of them it's been like 10 months now, right?
Almost 9.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Matthew J. You have been supporting us for a very long time, and we appreciate it.
We love you, whoever you are.
You could also contribute like Matthew J, with many different tiers on our patreon.com/legginout site. 3 of which are the least expensive ones that we have here. $1 all the way up to $15. Anything over $5 gives you access to sound effect files that are really funny.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
And you can actually have lots and lots of fun with those. You can also play with them with the oh my god, there's a clip. By hitting exclamation point sounds. Whoa, what happened there? Did I lose my... Yeah. There we go. Professional as fuck. All right. Here.
You'll get it eventually.
Yeah. So, so you can contribute there at patreon.com/lagginout. Also, you like t-shirts. We have those too, and we'll probably be making more.
We've been
in a more double chin. Double chin. You can actually get t-shirts on our spreadshirt.com/lagginout site for now, but we'll soon have more awesome ones like the one that Hiro is wearing right now.
Hey.
Hey. There we go.
Oh, okay.
But yes. There we go. An American gamer. He's an American gamer. Brought to you by American Games. Yes.
Hey, thank you.
Soda Pop with the gifted tears. Wow. We're almost at our sub goal. We need 2 more for it to hit our sub goal for the month. Look at that. That's crazy. You're crazy, man. You're fucking crazy.
Well, we got Nova, Death, Buzz, 2 I don't know. Chaos.
Storm Wolfgang.
Nova has his already, so we're good.
Yeah.
Hey,
Already
thanks for
subbing.
coming by, Storm.
Well, it doesn't give it to people.
Thank you, Storm. Which Storm is that?
That's my friend Storm. Mine,
Oh, okay.
my friend and Tyrandet's friend. Mutual friend.
Okay. Awesome. If you can't afford anything, that's perfectly fine in this horrible economy we have. We're not in a recession apparently, but depending on who you talk to, you can actually spend lag tokens, and all they cost is your time. And we have a whole list on the bottom there of the chat, and you can actually contribute to the chat, make us do silly things like wear cowboy hats, play an Ewok song, which is Honey Badger's favorite thing to do. Some other people's favorite thing to do is to shut one of us up for about 2 minutes, and that's a 750 lag token, a lag coin. Or sometimes we forget to drink water and, all that stuff. There's a whole bunch of them there on the bottom of your chat. And this is like a reoccurring theme. If you've ever been in our Discord server or listened to the show for more than 5 minutes, you'll know that 2 of our biggest contributors, whether they're in the chat or a host on the show, we always make it a joke that they hate everything. It is just a joke, and it's all in fun. But we actually put a poll up on our Lagging Out YouTube channel on who hates the most content. I think we have about 10 votes in there. I don't know what the number is yet, but you can vote now on youtube.com/laggingOut/community, and you can vote on the poll as we do the show today, and the winner, quote unquote winner, will be announced at the end of the show. I'll put the link in the chat. I don't know who's in the lead right now, but there's the link in the chat. Who hates the most content, Hiro or Actinova? So we'll figure out what happens at the end. Unisol says me.
He's been trying to get into that poll all day, it seems like. Maybe we should make him an honorary member of that poll.
We'll put him in. Well, he's actually in the. We actually have a. He's actually part of the show. We have a slide for you to pull.
He said he added himself as an option.
He's going to be the Ralph Nader of that poll. If you guys don't know that reference, look it up.
Oh, damn. She is demanding tonight. Badger.
Play my Ewok song. No.
She redeemed her lag point for it.
I don't know why I did that. But yeah, let's get right to the show, shall we?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. So patriotic. Badger's mom is saying that you got to play the song.
Why?
You can't
because
deny.
she redeemed the lag coins for it.
Oh, she did?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see it. All right, well, here we go.
Do it for my mom.
Do it. There we go. We love the Ewok song.
Don't know who this we is, but
Me and Badger.
There it is. 30 seconds.
oh, I know.
Thank you.
No.
Can't tell if Soda Pop is dancing or glitching. Yeah, you can't tell half the time.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Oh boy. So we're gonna jump right into it. Looks like, Hiro. Prey, the movie. What is happening here, dude? What's this? What's this about?
So apparently, if you didn't know, and very few people knew because I guess they didn't advertise very well, or they did. Yeah. It was
Tourette's.
That is possible too.
So Prey is supposed to be the prequel to the Predator franchise.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And it takes place it takes place in a setting of Comanche Indians, if you will, or Comanche Native Americans. Let's be politically
Indigenous
correct.
peoples.
Oh God, here we go.
Says the chief. Then.
So I will give it a B rating. It was a good action horror movie if you turn your brain off.
Well, that's no problem in my area there.
If you turn your brain off, it was a good action movie. And the reason I say that is there was so little of making sense in the overarching story.
Right.
The advertising for the movie was very much woman awesome, woman badass, woman this, woman that, woman that. It was a female-led movie, which in isolation is not a bad thing. But I just the story building around the main character, which was the female Comanche Native American. She was really good at hunting, even though she was the tribe's healer. She wanted to be a hunter.
I don't know.
And she was amazing at it. So much so that anytime anything related to hunting came up, like she went out on a hunt with them, she was better than tracking than the rest of the hunters. She was better at identifying markings of animals than the rest of the hunters. She was just better at everything. She was very much a Mary Sue. And that
I don't get the reference there.
Ultimately, you know what a Mary Sue is.
Yeah, it's the only movie he likes.
Really? A Mary Sue is basically the automatically best at everything female character.
Oh, okay. I never heard that reference before, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to...
You work in the entertainment industry!
I know, but I never heard that term before.
Yes, you have. You used it.
No, I never used it. Might be someone else who said it. I never said it. Anyways, go ahead. I don't derail you.
Anyways, the biggest problem I had with this entire movie was that she starts out awesome and badass at everything,
right?
And she ends awesome and badass at everything. There was no stakes. There was no character development. Everybody around her died, basically.
Thank you, Frisky.
And it was, but the action was awesome. The Predator.
Your term would be, I just slipped my mind. Go ahead. Wow, it's gonna be one of those.
But the Predator, they did amazingly with the Predator. How many different ways can a badass alien murder a human being before the end of the movie? That's how awesome it was.
Is it basically just all gore and that's it? It's just like
it wasn't really all gore. It was just the most creative and variety of bloody kills that you could think of. It's like, oh, I wouldn't call that gore because to me it's gore if you like are ripping out entrails and stuff, and that's not how far it was going. It was just it was
artistic viscera.
No, okay, I like that. Actually, I like that phrase. That's a good one. but that's
sorry.
No. Go ahead. That's about all I really had to say about the movie. I'd rate it as an action thriller B, story and continuity and making sense an F.
Did they portray the Comanche peoples accurately?
I would say definitely for one particular scene. There's a scene where her brother comes in and distracts the predator, and he was... Thank you. He was very much
Thank
historically...
you to Buzz for 100. Appreciate you.
That's a good question, Unisol.
I'm
I'm sorry, I was reading what Unisol was saying. But I would say they portrayed the Comanche in a particular scene very historically accurately. There's a scene where her brother comes in and distracts the predator, and he literally jumps off his horse, takes 2 shots in the air, does a forward roll, and comes back up and takes another 2 or 3 shots with his bow. I say historically accurate because these guys were badasses when it comes to cavalry riding. I don't remember, was it the French? I think it was the French. Actually had to develop a revolver-style rifle and pistol with the spinning cylinder, like with the rotating cylinder for every shot. They actually had to develop that in order to keep up with the fire rate of the Comanches. That, like, they were that historically accurate with it. They portrayed him as a absolute badass, even though the scene only lasted 5 minutes.
Well, the Comanche were very badass. I mean, you could say that about a lot of things with a lot of the indigenous tribes of America, because each one had a very specific culture.
Oh crap. Oh crap. Hold on.
He broke it.
Now I'm good. Hit the wrong button.
For starters, I feel like the term prey, marketing for that wasn't, I think, the best. I know what they were trying to do, but the thing is that with so many other pop culture things, like several video games being called prey, I feel like they could have chosen maybe something else. And also this technically you can say this doesn't really break lore because the first recorded incident with the Predator was in the 80s, because that's when the original Predator film came out, and that was referenced in the really fucked up Predator film that came out a couple of years ago that basically killed the franchise, except for this one apparently.
Yeah, that's true.
But because the Comanche would not have written this down in particular, or no one would have believed her, I don't know. Maybe it's their way of trying to willy out of it or trying to score points. I don't know. I just can't.
Not gonna do it.
She can't be good at everything. If they had portrayed it as...
Every time you do a dramatic pause, I think you're going to yell at me for something, but I'm not doing anything wrong. So I'm like...
Sorry.
But you're just like you're just in thought.
I just... It makes no sense. It does make sense, but it makes sense in the fact that it's pandering. If they showed that she's trying to break out of the role she was given, like I don't know with this information if she was a good healer.
It really wasn't like that. It really wasn't like that. Like it literally, they opened the movie with her wanting to take the rite of passage to be a hunter. And literally her brother looks at her, and he doesn't say, you can't, you're a healer, or you can't, you're a woman, you can't, or any reason other than you're not ready yet. That was it. Like, nobody, like, throughout the entire film, nobody said she couldn't be a hunter because she's a woman, or she couldn't be a hunter because she's the healer. She was really good as a healer because she identified herbs and stuff to help heal wounds. And then she was really good as a hunter, so much so that she improvised tools on the fly and tried like 3 times with improvised tools and was immediately successful.
If they wanted to make it interesting, they should have added ayahuasca into it. As far as the herbs are concerned, it'd been a lot more fun of a movie. Oh, that went over like a lead balloon.
Yeah. Like what?
The Unisol, that's right. I completely forgot.
I bet he knows how to shoot a crossbow.
And in which case, why bring up that she's a healer? I mean, like, don't get me wrong.
It played a part in the film. It did play a part in the film.
It will. But if that's... Okay, you're making only one movie. I understand if you're going to make a series, you get more time to elaborate on these things and really get into the depth of it.
What the hell is that? So
basic healing skills, I don't think would... I'm sorry?
I'm responding to chat. Go ahead. I'm speaking low. So, go ahead.
Basic first aid is not just dedicated to healers. That's just called so you don't fucking die. So unless something major happened that actually saved someone's life in that film, and if you're against the Predator, I'm going to take that as a resounding no. It's not going to matter to the people who just got utterly destroyed. So I don't know what purpose that would have. If it were just the fact that she's knowledgeable in a lot of things and wants to be the hunter, though, that would be cool. But the way you're describing it to me just seems like, well, we're going to put her in a healing role because she's a woman, but she wants to be the hunter. And so we're going to do a play on words that she's prey, but she's actually going to be the predator. She's going to best the predator.
Right.
Or something, instead of just saying she's better than her peers, but she is not at the level of, say, those she would be looking up to as mentors. And now with her mentors slaughtered, she has to learn on the fly to survive. And she may not get a chance if, you know, she's now very underprepared with a predator that is way beyond her years. And she has to go up against that. And can luck have a chance at that? Look, we can call it a MacGuffin, you can call it plot armor, but sometimes when it comes to a fight, luck is the defining factor of a battle.
He apparently had a lot of it.
But that's the thing, how much... There's a line where there's too much of it, so... I don't know, the way you're describing it does sound pretty Mary Sue, and it's a shame that the Comanche as a culture was used as just to be there instead of we're going to delve into the Comanche people and how they, with their skills, probably could have survived. And why the Comanche? Why the Comanche?
I couldn't tell you. I just know that.
What?
I just know that they.
What?
I think Soda's glitching in the Matrix again. I just, again, I found that a little frustrating. Like, a lot of the men, when she went out with the hunting party, a lot of the male hunters were just disregarding things she was saying, like the common sense things she was pointing out from tracking. Like, hey, we gotta follow these tracks, and these tracks look weird. They don't look like normal human tracks, and they definitely don't look like mountain lion tracks. And they're just like, man, you're just crazy. And then the one guy that criticized her or mocked her for pointing something out. He's the one that gets utterly destroyed and killed right then and there on the spot, thanks to the Predator. You know, it's like, really, are we going with a karma situation?
Really quick, Hiro. Welcome to Lagging Out, guys. It's Lagging Out Live. Below me is Hiro. He's talking about the movie Prey and his interpretation of it. To my right is Blacklight Oni, and also a veteran of the Marines. And Hiro, Army. In the corners, you have Chieftain at first base right here. And kind of hosting, running all the controls. And college professor, my fellow college professor friend. Bottom right-hand corner is Hiro. Soda, sorry. And we're talking about Prey. Sorry. Go ahead.
Don't ever do that again.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Except he has done
I
it
insulted
before.
both of you guys at the same time, I think.
Well.
Sounds a little cringy.
Maybe.
Okay. Maybe.
I just,
love the cringe.
Again, action, horror, B-movie. Story, utter trash. Garbage, if you will.
Yeah, he hates everything.
So pray for death in this one. Cool. You know,
You start cheering
it's a
for the
shame.
people.
They could have really done something. Like, I'm not familiar enough with the Comanche specifically, if they participated in powwows.
Garbage.
But imagine if they were doing a powwow with several other tribes as a community and they had to fight the predator. So
Right.
you have several different styles of hunting and tracking coming
Eris said she's gonna
together.
watch it.
You know, that would have been cool. You know, and the fact that, especially if you've got, you know, there's going to be a huge gathering with women and children, you're going to see some women get incredibly aggressive to make sure that their kids survive. You know, that would have been awesome, because it would have also shown the fact that oftentimes with these types of societies, everyone had to know how to fight. You weren't necessarily going to be as good as the hunters to go find the food, but if one of your neighboring tribes who didn't like you very much decided to come knocking on your front teepee, you could probably take them on at least. You know, or at least long enough till the hunters come and get you. But
That's horrible.
and that would have been cool. You know, that could have been, and that would have been both really colorful in terms of the visuals, but it also would have been incredibly insightful of, this is how several different societies live their lives. You know, but at the
Knock on
same
my
time,
TP, ring my bell.
but to me, to take a Predator film and mix it with Native American culture just seems a little odd.
Hmm.
You know, and maybe that's just me going, oh, you know, maybe I'm just used to everyone crying cultural appropriation. But just, of all times you're going to bring in Native American representation, you're going to do it in a Predator movie, a
Right.
series that hasn't really done well in a very long time. It doesn't seem like that was the way to do it. So
That's true. In the center, guys, you'll see one of our streamers. He comes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. He streams on Lagging Out channel, Tier and Death. In the middle there, you see he's doing nothing because he's listening to the podcast. But when he ever starts playing, I'm going to clip back to his channel and go back and forth as we're discussing topics as well. Thank you, Aris, for that suggestion. And if you like our stuff and you're new to the channel, don't forget to follow. Click that follow button if you like us. And if you really like us and you want to be a subscriber or drop those biddies, we appreciate that too. That's it. That's all I have, guys. Just the shameless plugs from Chieftains.
Let's
money.
rotate. Let's rotate slides.
All right,
I'm done talking about it.
So you heard me talking about Tier and Death. Well, he does our he streams on our channels every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 10 p.m. Eastern time. On Tuesdays, as you can see in the very illustrated, overly produced promotions that I created, you can see on Tuesdays he does Final Fantasy X2 HD Remastered. And yes, everything is purely intentional, and the product placement and the placement of the background image is subliminal for your viewing pleasure. On the right-hand side, you will see...
I caught it.
Oh, no, it's boobies. Sorry.
Yeah. Also, 6 to 10 on Thursdays, and also tonight. You'll be playing Warframe from 6 to 10, and make sure you come by to say hi. Make sure you go in that chat and you show love to Tyr and Death. He's like, I don't know if anyone's gonna like me. I'm like, everyone's gonna love you. You're a goddamn wolf. Who doesn't like wolves? I'm like, come on.
And
right?
you get to talk with me and
right,
Nova and Chief's usually in there. Yeah,
I'm there as well. So give him some love. He's a really great streamer. He has fun doing what he does. So he's like, I'm streaming twice a week because we love you guys. And I'm like, well, thank you. We love you too.
Give him positive feedback.
Positive feedback. Also, yeah, we're always looking to learn. If you
PAW.
The puns are real.
I know. Right?
Oh,
Tell
Lord.
you guys about them.
I'm just
blink,
waiting.
I miss them.
Whoops, yes,
I'm just
Tyr and Death,
waiting
not so
for Tyr and Death to jump on voice with us just so he can start participating.
The dogged pursuit of puns.
Oh, God. Okay.
And the dad jokes. Dad jokes.
I think one of our favorite segments is up, Hiro. What do you think?
It sounds like it. I think we're ready.
Yeah, I think so too. And
Can
I
they handle
modified I modified it. I modified it. Words are
Modified
nice.
it.
You know, sometimes I wonder if we should do like a special episode of basic grammar and syntax. Like, not even to be funny, but just so that, you know, people can refer to it. So they
Blacking
know
out
how to
news
use
break.
right there, when to use an apostrophe.
With Hiro.
Or the Oxford comma.
English writing lessons with Oni.
It's the IT breakdown with Hiro.
Why do you get 2 segments back to back? Bullshit.
I know.
Garbage human. That is all.
I love Hiro, everybody. I fuck with him, but I love him.
So she said.
Oh, no. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Don't make fun
What's
of my
going
stuttering. I can't help
on
that.
with Disney? Like the last 3 months, the last 3 damn months, they've been in the news with outright brawls. Outright brawls in the theme parks.
Oh.
What the hell is going on?
Oh, I seen that
No.
video. No, I saw that video where that black dude was like punching all the women and shit.
So of course, Soda has selective hearing, and he hears balls. He's got balls on the brain. You trying to tell us
Better
something?
that than
Soda?
on his chin.
I think they might be there too.
But I know what you're talking about for once. It's a miracle. So
I'm not surprised. Dude, you're just as connected as I am. You just don't speak up enough.
Sure. Now I put the I put the battle 2-1-2 and they shut up. Yeah. All right. Great.
Well, I will talk over.
I'm sorry. I was reading the chat. Unisol says it's because he doesn't work there anymore. You know what, Unisol? I actually would believe that. You're a pretty imposing fella. I feel like if you walked into a room and people were acting up, they would calm the fuck down right there.
Be like, oh, fuck it.
Come at
shut
me,
up.
I fucking.
Come at me, I fucking dare you. Well, I
Come at
actually
me,
was
I'm
watching
dare
a
you.
video of some people in Disney and some, I don't just say guy, I don't want to be racist, but he was just bitch slapping all the women. I'm like, what the hell's going on? He's like just punching people. Like, it took security like 10 minutes to get there. Like, what the fuck? Good job, Disney.
But, yeah, good job. So the news report that made me bring this to light, because as soon as I saw this, I started seeing more and more and more and more, and I was like, what the fuck is going on over there? But the report that I saw was, it was actually a straight up fight between 2 teenagers and an adult man. And I was like, why did this guy get wrapped up in this? And
I like where this is going.
come to find out, these kids jumped the line, went up to it was in Toy Story World or whatever the heck that part of the park was called. I can't remember what it's called.
Tomorrowland?
But Toy Story, whatever, Toy Story Land.
Okay.
They'd gone over there and jumped the lines, and then they started grabbing these 3D glasses and just started pocketing them and like acting completely out of hand. You know, teenagers. And this guy actually, there you go. But this guy actually spoke up and said something. Said, "Hey, you guys shouldn't be doing that. You're jumping the line and you're being, you know, completely disrespectful." And these kids started harassing him from that point forward, all the way through the line. And then they got up to the front of the line, and they said something along the lines of "party of two" or something like that. And the guy, of course, he was a little annoyed. So I'm not surprised, even though he probably shouldn't have. Goes, "Yeah, two assholes," and it turned into a brawl from there.
Fight me.
Wait. So the kids got all butthurt because he said, "Yeah, party of two assholes." That's ultimately what triggered those two.
That's what triggered those two kids. But then they got thrown out of the line. When they got thrown out of the line, they went out of the line, and they started getting in the guy's face, and because they were getting in his face, he pushed them back, and one kid stumbled and knocked his head on a pole somewhere. And so he got in trouble and arrested, and then Disney just straight banned them all three for life.
I heard about that.
Awesome.
I mean, it's not even the worst story I heard regarding theme parks this week. Great America, I think don't quote me on this, Illinois, there was actually a shooting.
They can't take a joke.
Well, here's the thing. People are getting stupid aggressive over stupid things. And to those teenagers, don't dish it if you can't take it. There were two of you against a grown-ass man. And if you try the whole, "he shouldn't have put my hands on me," you got triggered over words, bro. You can't play the maturity game. You were being disrespectful.
Words matter these days.
You were throwing your weight around, and you were making yourselves a nuisance to the people around you. That's the consequences.
Get off my lawn!
That's the consequences. You were aggravating him. He tried to put distance. Oh, fucking well. Don't go up. If you're going to approach someone in an aggressive manner, do not be surprised if and when they decide to take that aggression and dish it out. So thank you, Soda. Because when you get fucking creamed and you figure out just how small a fish you are in that big fucking pond, world's gonna watch. So I'm sorry that the gentleman got kicked out of Disney. I'm sorry you and your family and everyone else as a guest got harassed by these two dumb fucks. So help me. If my parents heard that I behaved that way in public, I don't care what state I was in. I don't care where I would be. I would suddenly be in the ground. Just put that out there. Now you could go, "Well, Oni, you're like the size of a fucking watermelon. Who cares?" Doesn't matter.
What?
You don't behave that way. You just don't. It's stupid. So I don't feel sorry for the kids.
Agreed.
Your tears are delicious.
It's like I got arrested for being drunk in public, and I wasn't really drunk in public. I was in a bar, got thrown out, and then got arrested. So I got thrown out in public, then was arrested. I screwed it up. It was Ron White's joke, whatever.
She's losing it.
They threw me out in public, is what I meant to say.
They call me Tater.
They call me
my
Tater
son
Salad.
Tater Tot.
Tater Tot. Tater. They call me Tater Salad.
Yeah, more like because you want your salad tossed, but whatever.
Oh,
I got some more stuff today.
Don't knock it till you tried it. All right.
So
knocking it.
It's hilarious to me. Daily Wire is poaching Disney executives.
Yeah.
For their animation branch.
No.
Maybe you can go work for Daily Wire, Chief.
Right?
I mean, why not? You can apply.
I'll call
They'll
it
probably take
Shapiro
you.
for you. I mean, I got
Honestly,
Shapiro's
Alright.
number.
I would, although I'm not saying this is a bad idea, because I did hear about this. I'm not saying that poaching for Disney executives of the animation branch is a bad idea. Why not go for the competitors of Disney who've been trying to restart their studios?
Like Legacy
Oh my-
Studios in Orlando.
Because
Yeah,
they've been doing
or-
okay.
the one who did Quest for Camelot, I think it was. But
Oh, are you talking about Skydance?
maybe. Basically, like they're trying to or was it the one with the mice?
The
I-
Misa.
Oh,
He was an animator. known
American
for his
Tail?
really-
You talking about
maybe?
Don Bluth?
Yes.
yeah, Don Bluth.
If
I think
if-
Skydance.
Hey, Chieftain knows something.
I teach it. I better. Yeah. The Rescuers.
Yeah. So
Right?
why
Rangers
not-
Down Under.
The Rescuers Down Under. Is that it? The Rescuers.
There's
American
Rescue
Tail.
Ran-
American Tail.
Yeah, American Tail and Rescue Rangers Down Under.
So why not poach those folks too? I'm not saying don't poach the Disney execs, but I feel like going for the other ones also. That way you could give them the funding that they would look for, and you have the reach. On top of that, it's not a battle. It's not going to be a battle of I want to tell this story, but it has to fit this narrative because that's what my bosses are telling me. It's you have free reign over your projects as long as it makes money, makes us happy.
If it
Right.
makes you happy. Sorry,
And why the hell are you so sad?
we had to sing, Oni. We just had
Sorry, Oni.
I know the song, I just don't remember who sang it because
It's like I'm not that old, you fucks.
never said you were. Well, I said it plenty with Chieftain, but it's because he keeps complaining about this, that, and the other being broken.
I'm about
I'm
to be
good.
older,
I'm at the gym this week. I'm doing good.
sadly.
Who
Chief.
saw me as the Hulk in the promo, guys? Who saw me as the Hulk in the promo? Press 1 in the chat.
You-
Press 2 for disapproval.
I liked it.
2. F the doubt.
No, that's F in the
Sit
chat.
out.
Oh, you
X
got
the
it,
doubt.
too.
Sorry, X the doubt.
But yeah, Chief, you should read my response to Tyrion Death's joke there.
I saw it.
Tyrion Death goes
1.5.
1.5.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
I could take it or leave it. That's the I could take it or leave it, right?
Bob Chapeka kicked a bucket yet? I don't know who that is.
No, Bob Chapek ain't that old yet.
Oh, Chapek. Well,
I mean,
fucking realized
Chapek.
that.
Sorry, I gotta make sure I say it right. You're up.
Oni.
Share if you have friends, or if you don't have friends. Please. And join the Discord, it's free.
Yeah,
I've
we're
brought
always
all
in
my
there.
friends here.
Our
All my friends
Discord
are
is very fun, so just don't have virgin ears.
Or anything else.
And while you're in our Discord, since we are always in there hanging out, having a good ass time, give us some money.
That's what she said.
Mhm. Yeah, you can bring some women too. I think Badger's getting kind of lonely in there. She's the only female usually. So. Thank God she's not sensitive. We love you, Badger.
She's probably as politically incorrect as you or I.
She likes to fall asleep too, and that's the real fun part of our night.
The snores.
She snores, and she did it earlier today. She took a nap right after Chief did, and I burped really loud.
I have that
And
effect.
she's
on
like,
people.
"Good job." We didn't even know she was sleeping. So she heard the
Yeah.
burp and was like, "Good
She
job."
talks in her sleep. Fun fact, she does talk in her sleep.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Surprise nobody.
But she responds to nothing unless you say Badger, and she's like, "Huh?" And then she'll
Yep.
go right back
What?
snoring.
Accurate.
Awesome.
Your mom says, "Hey now." She snores loudly.
It's great entertainment.
It is funny.
And we are in there till, well, I'm in there till 1 in the morning, Central
Yeah.
Time. So,
That is true.
so come by and hang out. Get to know us. We're all crazy.
As you can tell.
Oh God.
You woke.
Okay. It was kind of funny that we both put these on Twitter almost at the same time. But it's two really badly photoshopped images.
No,
But
pretty good.
I figured, okay,
Ticker.
Unisol is dressed up as Green Lantern. And me, I just took this picture like earlier today and just made a promotion as me as a fucked up retarded Hulk or something. But who wears green better, Unisol or Chieftain?
Unisol.
I like his overall appeal, but yours is. They're both good.
The fact that Soda is saying that they're both good means that he is impressed, and that is hard to do.
I mean, if he just threw it together, like, there's not a lot of fuck ups. So.
I threw it together in like 30 minutes. I did that in like 30 minutes.
And, you know, I know everybody hates Green Lantern, but I am actually a Green Lantern fan, so.
I actually like that movie, except for the end.
Green Lantern.
How about you, Hiro?
is-
Let's hear what Hiro has to say.
Green Lantern was.
Go ahead.
I didn't like the movie. I liked Green Lantern, like the character. I thought Green Lantern, the character, is a good character. The comics were good. The cartoons they've done about the Green Lantern are good. A lot of the stories are good about the Green Lantern.
Just not Ryan Reynolds' version. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't think he got a lot of say in what.
Ryan Reynolds was not enough to save that movie.
I don't know.
Ryan Reynolds would have been, if anybody could have saved that movie, it would have been Ryan Reynolds. But even he couldn't.
I liked it.
I was hoping for a sequel, but no one else was.
That'll be hard
Trying
after
to make a sequel of. Sorry.
I was gonna say it'd be hard after he's playing Deadpool. You know, like.
That is true.
Oni's mom says he looks like a Jolly Rancher.
Who looks like a Jolly Rancher, me or Unisol?
I hate green apples, so I'm not licking either one of you.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. That's a clip.
It was until you said that was a clip.
She said you choose.
Oh god. Yeah. So this is like kind of like a perfect setup for our next topic. So look, my eyes are green in there. I photoshopped my eyes green because I actually saw how they did it in the show, but I did it in Photoshop in like 5 minutes. So
yeah,
but,
there's a Rick and Morty portal in the background.
And there's a Rick and Morty. Yep, there is a Rick and Morty portal in the background. There is, every time I do stuff there, I try to put Easter eggs in the promotions. So if you guys ever see them, you just go ahead and like respond in the replies like, oh, I saw the Easter egg. I usually put Easter eggs in everything. So you just have to look for them. Now I say that, and then there'll be that one time I forget. It's like, I was looking for 7 hours, you motherfucker. I don't know where it is. But post my Hulk picture. No. Going to the next one. I'll do it in a second. So I'll do it after the segment, just because I'm right in the middle of the segment. Unisol, I can't. I got 3 monitors open and like 3 captures going, so it'd be hard for me to pull it.
That's what she said.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
But yeah, She-Hulk verdict. Who did not see it? Raise your hand. Okay, of course.
Me. What? Hero can't spoil it. Yes. Thank God.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So there's only 2 of us that actually saw it.
You know what? You know what, Soda? Let me tell you a little something here. What really is hilarious about you saying that? What's really hilarious about you saying that is the fact that in general, it's impossible for me to have spoiled anything I've talked about.
Bullshit.
Because I haven't watched the vast majority of what I've talked about.
Obi-Wan? Obi-Wan?
Barely clips.
Uh-huh. I haven't watched the rest of it because of you. See the thing on the screen right there?
Yeah, I see it. It's called foreshadowing.
Can you guys stop arguing? We had to sell tickets first so we can make money.
Oh.
That's true. That's true. Wow, how old is that photo of me? That's like a 10-year-old photo of me.
Oh, God.
Wow.
If you wanted to, I should get her. I should get her a bunch of recent photos. That's like a picture of me in Austin, Texas. That's how long ago that is.
I can show you a photo of me 10 years ago, and yep,
No
pretty
difference.
much look
I
the
would
same.
beg to differ, Unisol.
If you guys are new to the chat, we are lagging out live. We are 2 military veterans and 2 college professors that all have a common interest in video games. Same chin. Fuck you.
Is that you in the center, Chief?
Yeah, that's me. I wish I had muscles like that.
He wish he has boobs like that too.
Hell yeah. I'd
What
never leave the
society
house.
is
Aren't
this?
even, those aren't
Oh,
even
there we go.
boobs.
Got the guns.
I can never get too quickly. There we go. Ah! We just got to paint her green and she's good to go.
I'd also
Your right
need
arm
more
is-
hair.
You
It'll
can
be
definitely
mini
tell
Hulk.
she's right-handed.
Yeah, because
Wow.
It's like 2 inches bigger than.
yeah, but I can still do a pull-up. So peace.
There you go. That's more than I can do.
I don't
So,
know. I haven't tried in a while. I might pull every fucking muscle in my
Be
body.
careful. Last thing I need to hear is, "Oh shit, Soda's in the hospital. What do you do?" Oh yeah, he tore his rotator cuff and then dislocated his whole shoulder.
Right?
I did know someone who was doing pull-ups and then they dislocated their shoulder.
Oh, I seen some guy doing bench press and his like pec just snapped. from
Oh,
his
that
chest.
was nasty.
Oh, I've
that
seen
was
some.
so
I've seen that
gross,
too.
dude.
Have you seen photos of the man who created the bench press?
No.
Actually, I haven't.
You need to Google that man. It is insane when you look at photos of this man. For starters, very handsome. 2, his suits are tailored to him, and you can tell if he like flexed a certain way, he would pop every button. It's impressive.
Wow. The
Also,
reason
his
why we have
last
a
name
2
just-
shot here is because I'm gonna bring the pain on Hiro.
Oh boy,
Now, did
here
you
we
see?
go.
Did you see
Fake
Hulk?
news.
Did you see the Hulk? Yeah, did you see She-Hulk? Did you see the whole thing?
No, I saw
no,
the
Hiro.
opening. I saw the opening clip, and I was like, nope, instant turned off.
Of
I
course
heard
he
about
did.
what happened.
You gotta be fucking kidding me, dude.
He's like,
It was an
"Nah,
instant
fuck it, I
turn-off.
hate it."
You
I
gotta
hate
be
it.
kidding me. So I rushed around my schedule to watch this fucking thing, so that way I can
I'm terribly
have
sorry.
some sort of context for the show. Like thinking the whole time, like, oh, Hiro's gonna watch it. We're gonna have an opinion on this, and we're gonna talk about it. But no,
It's a no watch for me. As soon as
Good.
I saw the opening and She-Hulk lecturing the hell out of Professor Hulk and basically taking his balls and putting them in her purse and walking away,
Whoa, what?
I was done.
that's not
I
what
was
happened. That's not
That's
what happened.
exactly what
That's
happened.
not what happened.
That is
not what
exactly what happened.
That's not what happened.
There
If
we
you
go.
actually watched the show, which you
That
won't
is
even give it a chance.
exactly what happened.
It's not what
It's-
happened.
It's
It's like what reading the headline of a newspaper without reading the context inside. That's what you're doing right here.
Are you not entertained?
You can't have that commentary without seeing the whole show with the context in there. It was done in a way
Right.
where it was
that commentary
pretty
was
funny.
hideous.
He actually goes is like, you're not better, you're different. He's like, no, I'm better. He's like, no, you're different. And it's done in a joking way. It's not virtual signaling, although the executive producer and the co-executive producer and the director are all females. There are 3 males in a top senior position in the show, but you would have known that if you actually watched it. But
Also, tell me about that fight scene.
fight scene was good. The bad
Looked
thing
like
is
horrible cable work.
Here's a bad thing. This is where I got. This is the bad thing. When the 3D characters are outside in realistic lighting, then it's a little bit hard to watch. You can tell it's CG. Of course, they're both Hulks are CG, right? Obviously, it looks worse when they're out in natural light. So, with that being said, yeah, I get it. When Hulk gets knocked into a bunch of rocks, the rocks are too light. Animation's too light. B- for the animation there. Fight scene was fine. It was funny. and the way it ended was it was really good. I liked how they did it, but the way they kind of twisted it around is like they give you a little bit of an insight of what She-Hulk is. She has different abilities opposed to Professor Hulk, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how accurate that is to the comics, but the way they did it was here's my criticism where you'll agree with me on it. The story was told way too quickly. And I would agree with Oni. I think she said this in a previous show, is where I'm on board with her now. It would have been made a better movie because it seems like they're rushing the story. I think they had some good development there, but they kind of rushed like, oh, this is how she became the Hulk, blah, 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 blah. It went too fast. Way too fast for me.
Now, honestly, the real reason why I have no interest in watching it really isn't so much the complaints about those things as much as
right.
I can tell it wouldn't appeal to me on that level. I'm looking for like the big grandiose I can't talk today. The big grand storytelling, and you're not going to get that in a 6-episode season or however long they're going to do it.
I'll give you that. You're absolutely right.
That's probably why I'm not going to watch it. Plus, I'm not really, honestly, and here's the main reason for the narrative that Hiro hates everything when it comes to TV shows. I don't watch a lot of TV.
I never said that.
Not you. Soda does.
Yeah, he does have to give you shit. Yeah,
I know. But the truth of the matter is I don't really watch a whole lot of TV as it is. So for something major to appeal to me, it'd have to be something on a large scale. I'm talking something like Heroes from back in, 2006? I'm talking something like Breaking Bad from forever ago. You know, those kinds of... That would appeal to me. Something with a long narrative storyline that goes on for seasons and seasons. Not something that's short-lived.
Unisol.
Have a good one, Unisol.
Thanks for coming.
I do have my complaints of the origin story. Like they decided to not go with the origin story where she needs a blood transfusion to survive. They go with he bled into her wounds or something like that. Which
spoiler.
That's not a spoiler. That's something that's been out there for weeks.
I'm kidding. I was kidding.
but that actually annoys me significantly because you're talking about the Hulk who has a regeneration factor, and you're going to tell me that he was cut long enough to bleed somewhere and it wasn't a serious wound?
He wasn't Hulk at the time. He was Banner.
I'm more so just thinking
he was Banner.
Even still, doesn't he heal? I mean, the explanation of you're talking about
as Banner, I don't know.
Not as Bruce Banner. Generally speaking, there can be times where he can get Hulk's influence if Hulk is awake, but not generally, as shown in the 2008 film with Edward Norton.
Okay, I'll give you that. But what about
what is that canon?
Yes.
Who knows anymore?
Yes, because you have to remember, one of the deleted scenes in the 2008 film was that he and Hulk are out in a shack, and he's having an internal struggle, and he decides to do what he said he did when he was in the helicarrier in the Avengers movie.
Right.
Also, the fact that he was in Brazil at the time, then came to America. The Harlem incident happened. He falls off the map, winds up in Calcutta, India. He's picked up by S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
And they go, last time I was in New York, I broke Harlem. So yes, 2008 is canon. But after Bruce cut his finger on the machinery, he used super glue to seal it up and then went to go wipe down where he thought the blood spilled. But the blood did fall into a bottle, which made someone sick, which was Stanley's cameo in that film. So for him to be that careless after having already been proven to be careful, or as careful as he can be, highly suspect.
At least it wasn't monkeypox. He didn't give her monkeypox, right?
So my there's a lot of jokes I'm not gonna go for. I'm not gonna go for the jokes there.
No, you're not gonna touch that one.
There was a What If by Marvel. It was really fucked up, where basically the Hulks went totally full home sweet or Sweet Home Alabama bullshit, and then they had like it was bad, and then like don't even get me started. Marvel was on something. I don't know what.
Yeah.
It was a dark time.
Anyways,
but
continue.
To mention to continue off of what Oni was talking about there, the reason I asked about his regeneration factor, even if he is not transformed, is the fact that Banner said in his introduction.
Words are hard.
to the MCU, he told, I think it was Stark, he said, I tried to put a bullet in my mouth. The big guy spat it out.
But that's the thing. He at that point wasn't Bruce. Life or death situation happens. Hulk will emerge if there's a speck left. So he regenerated. He emerged, and when Bruce came back to himself, he was still alive, because Hulk heals the wounds. Bruce doesn't. Hulk's influence, which kind of in a way activates from the irradiated cells,
right?
He is what heals.
Right. So I know at the end of the Hulk's, I think I saw some sort of a weird Hulk ending where Banner is so old, so he's got to maintain the Hulk form, otherwise he will die. Right? Because Banner is like 100 years old at that point.
Yeah.
So if he would have switched back, he would die. Right.
Right.
Yes.
But in this instance, like the first episode of She-Hulk, I found there was some real. I like the fourth wall being broken. Like I think she does it well. I would say as well as Deadpool does it. And it was funny. It was entertaining. It kept my attention, except the outdoor scenes. That fight scene was weird. The good part of the fight scene is they had a Jeep Oni, so you can appreciate that.
You're gonna have to specify what type of Jeep.
Oh, like a Wrangler.
Don't have to be more specific.
I don't know. A 1994 Jeep Wrangler, not a Rubicon.
Okay. Oh, now we're talking.
Okay. No doors, like the half doors and everything. But I think it was fine. It was just a little too quick. Am I talking too much, Soda?
No, but he decided he wanted to make you dance on my face again.
All right. I like where this is
I better get some money for this, man. I'm gonna be entertaining you.
We just had a cash out last week, so
yeah. I made some notes about what I've heard about She-Hulk.
Yeah, go ahead. I give it a B-, a strong B- as a show. Go ahead.
I don't know if they're gonna go too far into Jennifer Walters' character growing up, and the reason why I bring that up is because I heard the audio of the discourse that Banner and Walters have.
Fuck you, Rio.
The thing I have the thing that gets me is they don't really elaborate in it through the movies, except for like very few bits here and there with Bruce about how he was abused growing up. Sort of a different origin story than the comics, but still pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
And his anger came from being powerless, being a child, and being subjected to all of this, and then being alone. With Jennifer, they don't really, from what I've heard, they don't really explain that. And the thing is that when, spoiler alert, after Bruce's mom is killed by his dad, and his dad is actually found guilty eventually because he was intimidating Bruce to keep quiet. Bruce is sent to live with Jennifer's family for a while. So, and there's a 5-year age gap. Jennifer's father was a sheriff, so he was part of law enforcement.
19 viewers.
So
I know, it's crazy, right?
she would hear her father talking about, oh yeah, caught this guy, we know he did it, we've got the evidence, and he wasn't found guilty, or the prosecutors didn't do enough, So that's why she wanted to be a lawyer.
Right.
She saw the frustration her father went through of living this every day, of seeing horrible things happen to good people.
Right.
And yet these criminals would get off and go out and recommit. So she wanted to be a lawyer to make sure, even though she wasn't as brave or as courageous as she thought her father was, she could still do something. So she went and studied law because she knew she was smart. Everyone knew she was smart. So she did. But being She-Hulk not only gave her the confidence to be more forward with what she wanted, it also did physically enable her to stop crime and still keep all her intellect and her charm. And she liked being She-Hulk. She liked how it made her feel, that she felt powerful. She felt like more of herself. And instead of telling Bruce on that island, you need to control your anger, instead of asking the question, what makes you angry? What are things that have always made you angry? And it's like, and go as far back as you need to, and to follow that line all the way to go, I remember seeing my dad, get really angry one day when I was a kid because, criminal got let off. Or I was never really strong enough to keep up, or to be a cop. Or, I felt like my dad was really, really tough on me because he was going through stuff at work. And now when I'm at work, I get the same thing because just because I'm not throwing my weight around because I know how to do my job, these people want to tell me what to do. Having her bristle at these things that they didn't just gather in a vacuum. It could bring her character a little bit more substance instead of just
20.
Instead of because I'm not saying she's wrong about the whole catcalling and, being ignored by men at work that she knows best. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but it would give it more substance. It wouldn't just be, it sounds like a woman explaining something. No, this is Jennifer Walters as the She-Hulk explaining why she's so pissed off and why she's sick and tired of having to feel like she has to keep a lid on it. I'm tired of having to be the mousy little girl that, stayed out of my dad's way. Or I'm sick and tired of destroying all of these cases, but I get zero credit.
I'll be right back.
That could have done
check
something.
on my daughter.
Okay.
Oh, that I feel like could have been a better way to handle that instead of I control my anger better than you. Crap's sake, you're trying to compare yourself to a guy who literally saw the end of the world and then reversed the end of the world. This is one of those times where you may feel it's just as bad, but in the big scheme of things, maybe tone it down and have a little piece of humble pie, but go, you found a way to channel your anger in a really cool and really strong way, and everyone thinks you're a hero. I'm just some lawyer down the street. I'm just trying to make it. And to hear you tell me like you fucking know better, it's fucking insulting. And then he goes, what emotion are you feeling right now? That could have been something. Because
they did
anger isn't the problem. Anger is just an emotion and a way to vent that. It's not good. It's not bad. The way you handle it is what matters. And it's just, I feel like the way the dialogue happened felt preachy. And if they had a writer who was able to communicate it differently, communicate the emotions a bit better, I think it would have been more successful. It wouldn't have rubbed so many people the wrong way and would have explained her character a little bit more in depth. I think it would have given her just a little bit more substance, a little bit more Jennifer Walters We got to bring her back in a renaissance. Come on.
I think part of the problem is that they're going for a comedy kind of shtick. And Zerk Chaos mentioned it earlier, and it's very true, and I hadn't realized it because I hadn't thought about it, but She-Hulk was one of the original Marvel characters to break the fourth wall. I mean, she did it a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah. So it'd be a good shtick for them to go with, but I don't know if they could pull off good comedy, action, drama mix that Jennifer Walters was so well known for in the comics. There's a lot that you'd have to cram into a show.
The thing
Yeah,
about She-Hulk
I'm
that
not sure how
made
long it is.
the comic successful is that she was very well integrated with the rest of the Marvel universe. For starters, she was very well respected, but she was also very well liked. She was friends with a lot of superheroes. They all knew her.
Wonder
They
why.
also all knew not to hit on her
I like where
because
this is going.
so they didn't.
Of course you do.
Um,
Dirty old man.
she's been part of the Fantastic Four. I think
Makes
she was
new
part of the
steel.
Defenders. I know she was part of the Avengers.
She was part of the Defenders?
I think so.
Yeah.
I
One of the
depends on
earliest
your-
renditions.
Some of these rosters have changed a lot throughout the years, and it also depends on which continuity you're following. So I do apologize if I'm wrong or if some of this is like
How dare
going
you?
to the. So, what?
I'm being
How
sarcastic.
dare you?
How dare you? That's the one I
but the
forgot.
thing-
I knew I forgot one.
The thing about
Iron Death confirms short stint in the Defenders.
Well, I
and
think
I know they brought
Daredevil.
Red She-Hulk in for the new Defenders, but we're not going in with that.
No, that
So-
gets
We
confusing.
do not acknowledge that. That's not canon.
So thank you. So with the She-Hulk, if they had
That is a clip, though.
the thing is that She-Hulk is just I mean she's literally like cameo campaigning, okay? Everyone I mean like there would be clips there'd be comics where she's just hanging out with Janet Van Dyne the Wasp, just going on a shopping spree, having a girls' day. There would be days where it was, her and Daredevil. There would be times where she hits up the Fantastic Four and just kind of kicks butt with them for a while.
That
There was
one's
a
for
lot.
you, Chief.
What?
Yeah, I get it. I get the
I
reference.
made a comment.
He wrote something in the chat. It says Red She-Hulk it's ma'am She-Hulk in recent version. Yeah, I remember the
I'm not going there any further, but it's
There
bad.
was so much stupid shit they didn't have to do. For starters, apparently we can't have any hero be happy, let alone Bruce Banner. Because why would we do that? Spider-Man, we're going to kill like 3 of his girlfriends. That sounds good. Anyways.
Yeah.
And his wife
terrible.
about 3
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, and depends on the continuity that they also kill his child. That's awesome. Anyways. So, with She-Hulk, you'd think what they would have done was have like an app or a social media account of Jennifer Walters, like tweeting or something, include some other things to break the fourth wall, have a She-Hulk Twitter page, a She-Hulk Facebook page, or an Instagram. Instagram would have been a great idea, and if you, or promotional ads that were interactive to break the fourth wall. Come on, it's She-Hulk.
I want to break the walls down.
So, wow. So, breaking the fourth wall, they did do in one of their promotions. They did a
Which
Tinder
one?
profile ad for her.
What? Are you serious?
They created it's an ad on Tinder. This was reported on a couple of days ago. Literally, actually, the day before the embargo lifted. It's a Tinder profile page that was an advertisement that they put on Tinder. It actually says, "This isn't a real profile. This is just an ad, but we want you to watch our show."
It's not. It's pretty genius marketing if you think about it.
Yeah, but they only did it on that one, and that's a really niche market too. least to me. I'm not
Yeah.
really savvy, so I
How
wouldn't
many-
know
I don't
if
know.
people use dating
I don't-
apps.
They
How
have
many
a lot of
people
people on.
actually went to watch it just because they saw her profile and thought, "Oh my God, she's hot! I want to smash. Let me go watch her show."
No,
Right.
people are watching it because they want to see what this is possibly going to be. I mean, I don't know if you caught the Quarterings take on
She's
it.
fucking hot too. She's
I
attractive.
mean,
That's
she's
attractive character. You know,
yeah.
Who
so
is?
it adds to her appeal and personality. Like
She-Hulk.
Oh, yeah, no.
He's talking
Yeah,
about
no,
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk,
I mean,
she's like
she is.
smart, and she doesn't lose her consciousness when she becomes Hulk. So it's kind of like a great dichotomy between beauty and brains, which is what they're trying to achieve here with the show. So it gives her a lot more depth than the Hulk, which is a very linear character.
If as long as they continue to allow her to be a beautiful, sexy individual without having to talk shit about the patriarchy and all that shit.
Yeah, it's not very preachy. I would say just watch the first episode, and then like we'll have a talk in Discord. We won't even do it on a live. If people want to hear the conversation, we'll do it on a Sunday, and we'll just talk about it. And like I think you should really give it a chance. Just watch the first episode. You don't like it, then dump it.
Yeah, I mean,
Just give it a
we might
chance.
give it a
Just-
shot.
Just give it
This
a chance.
promo,
You know?
this promo is calling back to another She-Hulk
Really quick, Oni.
comic book. Sorry.
Really quick. Welcome to Lagging Out Live, guys. This is Chieftain. Below me is Hiro. To the right of me is Blacklight Oni, and below me, probably smoking a cigarette, and not at his computer, is Soda. Oh, he is
He's at his
there. Okay.
computer.
I have about 20 years of animation and video gaming experience. Soda has graphic design, motion graphics experience as well. And Hiro and Blacklight Oni are both veterans, respectively, of the Army and Marines. And we all have something in common. We love comic books, animation, and video games. So if you guys like us and you deem us worthy, please hit a follow. We would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oni,
I'd hate to.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Hiro. Go ahead, Hiro.
I'd hate to rake. I'd hate to ruin the thought train, but probably want to transition topics soon.
Yeah, well, we will.
Oh yeah, no,
We'll finish up this. Yeah. Because
They're definitely
Soda's
trying- Sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead.
They're trying to call back to the comics again with this image, with some of the more modern style art of the comics lately.
Mhm.
So it's okay. It's not bad. The thing, I mean, I will slightly disagree that Hulk is a linear character only because it's the turmoil between the different characters, and especially if you decide to really go down the rabbit hole, Hulk is not the only one.
No, he's not. No,
So-
I'm just in the context comparing She-Hulk
No,
to Hulk
'cause-
is why I
no,
made
I
that
mean-
comparison. Yeah.
No, I mean, like, there's also Joe Fixit, who's the Gray Hulk.
Ironically, Sir Chaos literally just mentioned that as
Just
soon as
said
you
it,
said
yeah.
that.
Yeah, you know what's up. So, I would slightly disagree that he's a linear character. Is he
Okay.
a little bit more cut and dry with certain things? Yes, especially depending on who's writing the story, because of course that matters. With She-Hulk, definitely a lot more fun because she's hot, she's smart, she's charming, she is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't have to try to be attractive. She just did what she wanted, and that's what made her
Right.
attractive.
I'd rather her be She-Hulk all the time rather than her human form, to be honest,
That's-
especially
That
in
was
the
what
show.
she chose. That was what she chose. She chose to be in She-Hulk form more often than not. She almost
Mm.
never went back to human-sized Jennifer Walters because she just didn't. She loved who she had become. She
Right.
loved the process. So
She embraced it.
you know, yeah. And
Yeah.
to an extent, though, that was the thing that was also the dichotomy between Hulk and She-Hulk, was that She-Hulk enjoyed being She-Hulk. Hulk and Banner didn't even get along, so it's like we can't even get along in our base state, and you just get to be everything wonderful, you know. So, but that's neither here nor there. So I don't know. I just judging the thing I wanted to add was Rotten Tomatoes and the other critics
IMDb
reviews.
and Rotten Potato.
Some shady shit's been going on. someone is deleting or skewing reviews. So
So
watch
I
your
fucking
beware.
hate that shit, dude.
that is actually Rotten Tomatoes, and you did reference the quartering before we had to derail for a second. Real time during the quartering's recording of his video about the critic reviews of She-Hulk. Real time, the number of reviews went from 180 something down to 120, and they were deleting obviously negative reviews because the review score went from 96 while he was recording down to 94 and then back up to 97. And IMDb was doing something similar. Just so some context for that, the person that runs Rotten Tomatoes is a former Disney employee, if that gives you any ideas of the bias.
And if I may say, IMDb is owned by Amazon. So I don't know if the quartering
Yeah.
knows that. But
I'm actually on
IMDb's
IMDb. Yeah, everyone knows that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he does, because he was like,
Oh,
IMDb is
true.
doing something weird. I'm like, it's owned by Amazon.
yeah. I noticed that when I logged in because I'm actually on IMDb because I have film credits. Not all of them for some reason. They can't find like stuff I worked on, and sometimes it's weird. Like I'm in like 3 different places for like the same project, but yeah, it's all run by Amazon. And if you want to put your face on it, Oni, like I'm a production artist. If you want to put your face on it, you have to pay for it. I'm like, wait, I'm an industry professional. Shouldn't that be included? So I use LinkedIn and I get more connections with LinkedIn than I do with IMDb. So especially when I'm fighting with Terry the Troll. He's like, oh, you don't have that. And then I like send him my IMDb link. And then like he tries to change the subject. And I'm like, I don't know everything. I just know more than you about this subject. And people can't grasp that. I don't know anything about mechanics, right? So I'm not going to talk about it. It's not going to make sense. I kind of know a little bit Marvel, but I am nowhere near like Buttered Biscuits, right? Buttered Biscuits, if you want to check him out on Twitch, he's awesome. He's like a comic god. He's like right up there with Oni as far as his comic book knowledge
So
is
you're telling
concerned.
me
And
he's Uatu?
he's Uatu, whatever that means. Yes.
Someone in the chat, please. Please show please.
But you didn't know this, but I was actually going to call him and actually bring him on the show to talk about She-Hulk because I had a feeling it was going to go south, but the actual conversation was actually really pleasant. And I appreciate you guys and I had a feeling that we were going to be a lot more vitriolic. I don't know. I in my mind's eye, I always thought like I was going to get like bombarded for some reason for taking the side there, but I'm glad it didn't go that way.
I'll be honest, as entertaining as it is when you and I go back and forth, I honestly, even from what I've been seeing, even the reviews, if I went by the reviews, but I don't trust critic reviews,
right?
Go figure. But even if I went by the reviews, I was seeing very middle ground, like mediocre
I would say
ratings.
that was accurate.
And to be honest, I was expecting there to be more, to coin a phrase, woke bullshit in it. But it's not. It's not as preachy as I was expecting. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I kept on hearing you in my head, like thinking like this is gonna be some woke bullshit, and I was watching it, and I'm watching it. I was like, I know that if he watches this, he's gonna have a little bit of a different take on it than I am, which is fine. It makes a good dialogue. But I'm not warming up to it, but I try to keep an open mind when I'm watching something new. So if I'm watching this, I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe it's a little bit like, she's a strong female, blah blah blah. But it wasn't thrown in my face. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. I thought it was funny. Like there were some scenes that like I found hilarious. Like, nah, dude, this is how you like. Nah, like I don't have to do that. And like it's not like I am better. Like she would like just give him shit just to give him shit. Not that she actually really meant it as like this kind of like feminist thing. It was kind of done in a jovial, kind of joking way, which is, it's kind of like teasing, which is like people are overly sensitive. But if you're teasing somebody, like we tease each other all the time on here, right? So,
oh yeah,
that's the way they.
It's
were
like I
talking,
teased that old ass fucker to my right there.
Right. I don't know if he's there. Is he there?
He is.
He's there. He's talking in the chat.
Oh.
He's just pretending to not be there just because he wants to get under people's skin.
Oh, okay. Well, he's got a segment up, so he better unmute himself.
I appreciate you, Soda.
How the fuck did have I been muted this whole goddamn time?
Yes.
Wow.
F in
God
the chat for Soda.
damn.
F
Old
in the
age.
chat, please.
You know what? I was waiting for a bunch of one-liners in this. I'm like, this asshole ain't picking up on any of the
I've been
cues.
talking and like, I'm like, why
He's
is
just
nobody
used-
fucking responding? Like,
That's
now I
fine.
know.
He's just
I'm
used to us
sorry.
not. He's used to us like ignoring him. I think. I don't know.
that
But
too.
yeah.
I mean, I was kind of just listening, so I didn't have much to throw
Sorry.
in there. But you know, I usually have my shit I threw in there, but apparently nobody heard it.
So I would
No.
make Snoo Snoo. She could like destroy my pelvis. I wouldn't care. She Hulk did that, but
In fact, I was just gonna say, hey, I finally get to talk.
So,
Yes.
so you're talking about that death by snooze snooze shit, huh?
yeah,
Futurama.
death by Snoo Snoo. Damn right.
We love our Death by Snoop Dogg.
All right. So
I don't know who this we is, but
Oh, well.
soda 6-pack. Oh yeah.
What is up? I
Yeah.
finally get to talk, everybody.
Yes.
Even though I've been
You
muted
just
for
need to
like
open
20
your
minutes.
mouth, push air through your
well,
vocal
it's
cords, move
more
your
that
tongue.
you finally get to talk and be heard instead of muted.
I coughed. I coughed like 20 minutes ago, and I muted my mic to be, you know,
Soda
nice and
6-pack.
then muted apparently. Everybody should know if I'm quiet for like 20 minutes, I'm either dead or, you know.
Yeah.
No,
or like killing
you're-
another rabbit in your backyard.
Hey, whoa, that's harsh.
Burn.
Poor rabbit. Poor Nova. Oh wait.
Mission Impossible Broken Pixels.
Broken Pickle. Oh,
Guess who
got
wrote
it.
this? Guess who made this slide?
Got it. Sorry, I can't help it.
Okay,
But
so
we are-
Diablo 4 news.
We have a little bit. It's been leaking out more and more lately, but apparently, for yeah, leaking. Get it, leaking. Anyways, they were talking about putting, you know, monetization in it, but people were looking at it like Diablo Immortal, but it is not going to be Diablo Immortal, so don't freak out. So basically, what they're going to do is like Path of Exile if you play it, which is kind of a competitor, I guess. So you'll be able to buy pretty mounts, so you can, you know, spice up your horsey. And basically every piece on your body, you'll be able to buy a cosmetic for it. It's just cosmetic, so, which is good. So nobody freak out. And I'm okay with
Yet.
that. They should have done that with Diablo 3, I think. I think it would have saved the game, so, because I have spent too much money on Path of Exile. Just because I
Look,
want to
buddy.
look cooler. I want to look cool, so I'm okay with this. So
I think that's a fantastic model for monetization after selling the game.
well, see, that's the one thing. PoE is free, so I mean, I'm okay with
Yeah.
it though. As long as they don't put
It-
the
it's
XP
just-
potions in, they don't put the, you know, any kind of game-breaking shit in. I'm good.
I again, monetization after a game is sold, I'm very skittish over. If it's just cosmetic stuff,
Yeah.
hey,
supposedly,
people want to
that's-
spend their money on that shit, go for it. That's not
Right.
usually me.
So that's what's been leaked, supposedly leaked. So, but supposedly you're going to be able to also find the platinum, which platinum is what you're going to be able to buy these things with. Now, how easy that's going to be to get? Most Diablo players are, you know, grind for 14 hours looking for something. So we'll have to see if it pays off. So, I hope.
Oh shit! So sorry, I'm completely off subject here. Just saw a headline: Disney Damage Control. Nicolas Cage is going to be in National Treasure 3 after all the backlash.
Oh no.
I have nothing wrong with that.
Just in the nick of time.
Oh, that was horrible.
So hopefully beta is coming out in the next couple of months, and me and Nova are definitely signed up. So if we get in beta, we will be streaming it probably here on Lagging Out. So
Will you be the master beta?
Good grief.
I've got a lot of
No,
practice.
that would be you. We can't take your title.
Undefeated and still champion.
Of course, there's a lot of other stuff coming out with Diablo and the alpha, and well, we should have a lot to cover over the next, let's say, well, games coming out next year, so they say, PlayStation, Xbox, PC, basically everything. So we should have fun because I'm a Diablo freak. So. Except
Well,
Diablo
I
Immortal.
can tell you right now, we're probably going to be doing some coast streams with Tear and Death.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, and you started playing. Yeah, Hiro played Diablo the other day. I was shocked.
Wow, we played a video game?
Yeah.
To be honest, it was the first time I played Diablo 3 and
He didn't really
Oh,
play.
God.
He was getting power.
6
level,
years.
so-
I can beat that.
I bet
How
you
about
can.
this?
I was gonna say.
I wasn't even married yet when I was playing Diablo 3.
Wow.
Oof.
Played it for a solid week because, oh, it'll be fun. Oh, we'll just play it online. And we basically beat Diablo within a week. I hated it because I felt like I was having like better stats and everything and still got destroyed.
Yeah.
Super linear. Didn't like the plot twist. And it just wasn't my thing. But I also heard
what they twist?
this was also Diablo base game, not Reaper of Souls. So they didn't do the rebalancing structure or any of the extra things that they added in Reaper of Souls. So, just remember
you can
that.
blame Jason Williams on that one.
The basketball player?
No.
Now,
did
with this
Diablo
new
3.
Diablo, sorry.
Jay Williams. Go ahead.
With this, with this Diablo release, they're not going to try to redo what they tried in Diablo 3 with that, like, what was it? A market?
Store? Oh yeah, it was an
So
auction
far-
house. Cash auction house.
So
'Cause
far,
didn't-
no. They're going to do it more like Path of Exile, where you can trade, but it's going to be more like Diablo 2, I guess, is the best way to put it. So, no
Okay,
auction house so far is what I'm understanding, but
Okay, because if I
which
recall,
I like the auction house. I love the auction house. So.
Yeah,
But
you made so much money off of that, didn't
But
you?
it was real money, yeah. But if they just put a gold market, it makes gold worth something, So, but like I said, we're gonna have to wait and see what beta brings. So, I'm just
hope they
going
don't
off
break
of what
your
I
heart.
hear. Oh man, they got Path of Exile 2 coming out, so they break my heart. I'm going straight to Path of Exile 2. So I'm okay with it.
The controls are working really well with the new internet.
The game in general, from what I've seen, looks good. It's open world. You got your mount. You can jump off your mount, kill shit, jump back on your mount. So.
Oh, so it's no longer going to be the same 3/4 overhead format that they had
No,
in
they're
Diablo
still
3?
doing. No, it's still gonna be.
I was
they
going to
ever
say
make-
that I'd be iffy about a Diablo that didn't have the same feel as the original.
Yeah, no, it's definitely they went really dark with it. It looks good. So, like I said, hopefully the beta comes. I got an email from Blizzard saying, "Come join us." I was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Fuck no."
You're behind, Actinova.
Actinova or anybody, if you guys want to vote on our poll on youtube.com/lagging out the community page, we have a poll up. Who hates more general content, Actinova or Hiro?
Ooh,
go ahead and vote. We're gonna see who the winner is. What's that? It's close.
Getting close.
Uh-oh. Whoa, dude.
So yeah, like I said, we'll probably be talking about Diablo for quite a while. So.
Yep, definitely.
On to
Welcome to
beta.
Lag.
Surprised.
If anyone is new to Lagging Out, we are Lagging Out Live. This is our live content of Lagging Out LLC. Below me is the very beautifully bearded bastard Hiro. To my right is Blacklight Oni, the conscience of Lagging Out. And the bottom right-hand corner is the only host that runs at 60 frames a second, Soda Pop. And we were just talking about Diablo 4 on Soda's six-pack segment. And now we're moving on to the Lord of the Rings, the Ring of Power. Apparently, Jeff Bezos is involved here. And there's like a shit ton of Bezos. Count how many Bezoses are in this image here, which is awesome job. A round of applause for Honey Badger.
Yay!
Or can you tell that this is Honey Badger's handiwork? Can anybody tell?
She put some TLC into these presentations, I'm going to tell you that.
She was laughing the whole time she was doing this slide.
So Bezos tried to save the Rings of Power.
Okay,
How
so
does
the
that
concept.
happen?
So the context is, it
If
really
you like
doesn't.
us, make sure you follow us, guys. If you like us, go ahead and hit that follow button. If not, that's fine too. Enjoy the ride. Go ahead.
Just give us money.
The context of this is that the Lord of the Rings fan base, like I'm talking about Tolkien fans, like true Tolkien fans here, they hate everything that has been getting released by Amazon about this.
We'll just call them Heroites.
You can try, but I don't compare. I don't hold a candle to that flame. I'm not worshiping the One Ring here. I do love Tolkien's work. I did really truly enjoy the Percy Jackson.
What? You like something?
Those movies. Yeah, I said Percy, didn't I? I keep doing that.
my-
I've been doing that all week. Peter Jackson.
I'm glad it was you, not me.
I do really enjoy the Peter Jackson movies, even though Christopher Tolkien absolutely hated them. He actually publicly made a statement after the movies were made that he felt that the movies were turned into action films for young audiences, and that wasn't at all what Tolkien was about. So, that being said, I loved those movies. I admired the book because I couldn't read it. I could not get very far into that book.
You're describing the grasslands in like 20
The
pages. right?
Shire. It's the
The
Shire.
The Shire.
Was it the Shire? It was the field outside of the Shire where they met Bilbo. I got as far as Bilbo before I was like, yeah, I'm done. I can't. Jesus Christ! So
No,
hearing
that's the stuff you
motherfucker.
buy. That's the stuff you buy on Amazon, Soda.
I'm about to turn older, you know. So
On the link.
Why would you buy that on Amazon? They have other stores.
you can buy
They have
dildos on
better
Amazon.
stores.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you could also buy better quality and probably more your size.
You could also probably find dildos from BuzzFeed.
But what you can
All right,
get
enough
them
of the
like
dildo
with,
content.
with
We're talking about.
Prime, I mean, you can literally get it in like 12 hours though if you need.
Hell, why would you wait? Why would you pay Amazon? Life's gonna fuck us all anyways. So
Anyways, moving
Your
on.
dildos, sir.
I'm
Thanks
gonna-
for ordering.
I'm gonna have a
So-
lot of clips to go over on Sunday.
I truly did enjoy the content that's come before this, but every single trailer, every single announcement, everything about the Rings of Power and Ringalingadingdong bullshit has been completely hated by the Tolkien fan base. It does not represent what Tolkien has. It does not represent.
See, that is great.
It doesn't reflect Tolkien's spirit in what he was aiming for. He was literally creating a mythos for the European regions, like reflective upon his childhood experiences.
no, he was, if I may, he was trying
fine.
to create the modern British epic. Modern, as in modern times. The author came from modern times to write an epic for the Brits because the only other real thing that he believed that they had to go on was the legends of King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why he created it. Not necessarily.
Sorry, my
all
facial
of
expression isn't. My facial expression is not reflecting what you were saying. It was
Reading the
reflecting what
chat.
I was reading, and all I could do is raise an eyebrow.
Yeah, Risky Dingo 75 says Heroites, an indigenous people who like to play video games in loincloths.
And hate
then
everything.
Rio puts a picture of an eggplant that says LOL on it.
What the
You gotta put in hates everything after that, and that'd be perfect.
But this is, in my honest to God opinion, this is a cash grab. This is an abomination. This is a complete deconstruction of Tolkien's work. It's everything. It is a reflection of everything I absolutely despise. It's taking something that's beloved and shitting on it, and not in a kinky way. That was for you,
No
Sarah.
kink shame.
But Jeff Bezos actually came out and made a statement saying, "This is not a cash grab." Wink, wink. This is not a cash grab. This is something that I hope we are creating that is going to reflect the intent of Tolkien's work in modern times, is basically what he's saying. And the only reason that he's making any sort of a public statement is that he's probably seeing all of the negative publicity involving this, and he's going, oh shit, we got to do something about this. I spent billions of dollars on this. Because he bought the rights to make this show, and he spent billions of dollars to do that. And now he's spending, apparently, according to the rumors, he's spending the most money ever to produce this show. I think it was $700 million for the show, which is more than a big budget Marvel film that was making money.
It's like what Ted Turner did with WCW. Like, it's like a huge purchase with no results at the end.
And this is slated for 5
Wow,
seasons.
crickets.
I said yep.
It's slated for how many seasons? 3?
5.
Are you shitting me? Really?
No. That's
oh
serious.
man,
They're
polishing that turd for years.
All I gotta say about that is this is gonna have absolutely no payoff. They should have garnered the goodwill of the built-in fan base. Like, I don't know why these people don't fucking get it. If you're going to buy an existing franchise that is hugely popular, you need the existing fans to help it continue to be hugely popular and make money.
Huge.
They're so afraid of coming up with an original idea and losing money, so they take an old idea and they lose money anyway.
I mean,
Not just take an
it
old
went for
idea.
losing, right?
Was that only?
It's not just take an old idea. It's take an old idea and bastardize it.
Well, yeah,
Turn
of
it into
course.
something it's not.
Yeah.
Because they have backtracked and lied about so many things. Tolkien's work, at the very heart of what it is not just a story of, a hobbit in the Shire. It is a story of heroism, of the old and the new coming together, of the importance we have of each other, of the delicate balance that exists, both between the peoples, the environments, and what corruption does in a visceral way. And that can cross time, that can cross space, you could bring that to almost anywhere as themes and morals and things to learn. But to say that where it was, the time and place it was written doesn't have any meaning, that's a complete fucking lie. And then to say, he was so inclusive, even though you were just talking shit about Tolkien not even 5 seconds ago. Tolkien was focusing on his people. He was focusing on his people, his
Well, at least
home.
he didn't take it and put it in space or something.
What the fuck?
Wow, man, I'm just saying. He's been to outer space, so.
And
Sorry.
these people act like no, you're good. These people act like there's something wrong with doing something for yourself. I mean, they talk all this good shit about it. But Tolkien was writing this book, and which turned out to be an entire world, for his son. He would tell his son these stories.
Where is his family?
I'm sorry?
Like, what does his sons think? Tolkien's sons or family?
Unfortunately,
kind of hard to know.
Christopher Tolkien passed away a couple of years ago.
there any left?
But
Ironically, shortly after, that's when the purchase of the rights to make the show for this was done. They waited until he died.
Wow.
To my knowledge, I don't know if there are any Tolkien relatives left. I am not sure.
There is the Tolkien estate.
Yes, but the Tolkien estate also gave the heads up for this, and then someone of I think the Tolkien Society have been becoming a bit more progressive, which in and of itself wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing to me, except for the fact that they are talking smack of the fans and losing sight of what they should be standing for, which is for Tolkien and his work. Christopher Tolkien did not like Peter Jackson's rendition of The Lord of the Rings because he felt that they were turned into action movies. To an extent, he is not wrong, because those movies did have quite a lot of action. If you read any of the books or if you hear any of the audiobooks of The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings, the fight scenes are not very much discussed. It's really about like the diplomacy and the characters and the world building and the ring, and all that shit. He wanted to emphasize that because Tolkien himself was a veteran of World War I. You have to remember, World War I changed how people thought of battle forever. And at that point, they called it the Gris. And he's like,
Lag spike.
No. Not talking about that shit. No. War is ugly. That is not what I want to focus my stories on. So he doesn't. Which is why if you were going to do a Rings of Power rendition, you would think they'd be focusing more on the diplomacy aspect. You know, more on what was going on in the worlds. Since they couldn't get the rest of the Silmarillion, you know, the basis of this era, which is hilarious.
Which they're not following any of. Sorry.
Well, because they don't even they don't have the rights to use the Silmarillion, so they don't have the source material, and they're not allowed to use the source material, which should be very telling for two reasons. One, you didn't give them the one piece of source material that they would need to draw inspiration from. Very telling. Two, if I recall, the Silmarillion was published post-mortem. So technically, don't know how complete it would have been. There may have been incomplete pieces.
Well,
So
the Silmarillion really is a collection of his notes and stuff. It wasn't, the Silmarillion wasn't a completed book. It was just all of the pre-books world building that he created as notes to reference for writing of The Lord of the Rings. It's not technically a completed book. It has complete stories within it, but it's more like an anthology of several notes, letters, and other things that describe what he's going for.
Take it easy, Rio.
Have a good one, Rio.
Thanks for coming. Be safe.
It's not technically a completed book, but it's got a lot of the foundation of his world is in that book. He talks about previous battles that shaped what becomes what was it, the Third Age or something like that. I can't remember exactly. There's my memory on this stuff is spotty. So I'd say it wasn't meant to be a completed book, but there's plenty in there that could be used in reference to create more stories in that world if they were actually following source material.
Well, if they were allowed to use it, which means the Tolkien Society and the Tolkien estate knew this wasn't going to go well. I'm so shocked. A large corporation wasn't trusted with delicate information.
Right? I would say that the estate knew, but the society, the Tolkien Society, is an organization that is founded upon studying the works of Tolkien. It's not, I wouldn't even say that they are deeply seated in the politics of the estate. I wouldn't even think that they have any say over it.
But they're deeply rooted in the politics of society, which is hilarious. It's like,
Clearly.
no, just shut up.
The level of
work.
The level of absolute shitty stupidity coming out of the Tolkien Society in the recent years, just, I'm flabbergasted. they had an entire series of college students write essays on Tolkien's work, and it was all extreme activist style progressive essays. They were talking about homosexuality in Saruman. They were talking about the unspoken trans man of, I think it was Sauron. Like seriously, what are you talking about? Why are you talking about any sexuality in Tolkien's work? Any at all? He never made reference to anything like that beyond this couple had this child. This is Aragorn, and he came from this. They don't talk about anybody having interests in anything beyond this wedding happens. Like he describes the scenes, he describes the this wedding, but he doesn't talk about that kind of shit. Where are you getting the basis for your essay? Why is the Tolkien Society allowing this?
What I remember in college, we had to study The Hobbit. I had the audiobook going because my attention span is really short when it's for fiction books. Nonfiction, it's a little bit more reasonable. But my professor was mentioning how there were a lot of nature themes. I mean, given that the Great War had just happened, totally makes sense. And that Smaug could very well have been, that's cool. Smaug could have been a metaphor for destruction, literally an avatar of destruction. Or pollution, things like that. I don't know about the whole pollution part personally, but just the emphasis of destruction, of corruption, to say on a broader scale of taking things without giving something in return. Something like, you take a tree, you plant a tree in its place, you plant 2 trees, something like that. That would make sense. That's the kind of stuff I remember studying in college. And as you could probably guess, I didn't graduate college that long ago. But I also, everyone's education's different, or lack thereof. So
I was gonna say, yeah, lack thereof.
Clearly.
I'm glad you threw
but
that
remember,
in there. Oni.
a college education doesn't make you smart.
No.
It
Just
doesn't even
me.
make you qualified, actually. So
What an
Apparently
idiot.
not these days.
I like my new students better.
What an idiot.
hooray! They're actually
Good
smart, and
Lord.
competent, and want to learn.
For the most part, yes, so far.
Hooray!
Like I said, Chieftain gets
New
the,
topic? I've said my piece. Soda?
I'll
got
let you
anything?
know when it comes out.
Uh,
It could be good.
Tony, you said?
I can't judge. I have problems judging without, watching.
Fair.
I've had a lot of like, this game sucks, and I play this game's awesome. Like.
Okay, I mean, I have no problem with that. I just don't like where this is going. I have bad
I know you
predictions.
don't, but that's just the norm now. So.
Chieftain
Arnie, you got more to say?
Chieftain got tired of doing stupid selfie faces.
Maybe he got hired at EA. Oh shit!
One could hope.
Oh
I
shit!
can hear you, Tyrann Death. I know it's a 30-second delay, but I can hear you. I wasn't saying anything, but I can hear you on our stream. Why don't you play a game? Just kidding.
I would like to play a game.
Chiefs EA news. So I know we had a discussion. I think Oni had an over/under. Remember when I told everyone I applied for EA?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that like 2 months ago?
Was that 2 months ago, or was it 4 or 5 weeks ago?
I think it was 4 or 5.
Shit, I can't even remember at this point.
Well, I have to report I did hear a response from EA. And
Dun, dun, dun.
to my shock, I scored an interview.
Yeah!
Hey!
I told you. I think I'm the only one who said yeah. Right?
I think it's at EA Sports. My interview is on Tuesday at noon.
Awesome.
Well, hopefully you can migrate into something more meaningful than sports eventually.
I wouldn't mind so much. I like sports.
Maybe EA's doing a baseball game. That'd be fucking awesome.
But I'm also talking a little bit of shit because I'm not fond of sports like that. Hey, biddies.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
There's a lot of chieftains on the screen right now. It's too many
Same
chieftains.
shirt, too. Same shirt.
Same shirt. It's like I did the shoot in one day. One chieftain is enough. But yeah, I read the email. I'm like, oh, here's the email, right? I'm like, here it comes. Here it comes. I read it, and then I called my folks, and I broke down and I cried. Like, I didn't expect that emotion to come out of me, but you know how many times I applied in the last 10 years? Like, close to 50.
You gotta have faith.
And I kept on, and I was just in shock because you hear no for so long. It's just like a shock that I actually got an interview. So, I mean, it's with a recruiter, but it's with somebody from EA.
I just want to hear the Swiftie song.
This is why we call you rich.
Gross.
I'm not rich yet. Put yet in front of that. I'm just happy
I'm like a
for
giant. I was like munching on a midget chieftain. I'm going to eat you.
I'm probably as happy as he is. So.
Yeah. So
Look.
we'll see what happens. I have an interview. So cross your fingers, everybody.
Kiss ass.
So all I gotta say is, what it was that you were saying before the stream, that you thought you were wrong once, but you were mistaken. Well, guess what?
Yes.
That's at least twice, motherfucker, that you've been wrong. I fucking told you so.
I say that's a
Actually,
double
he
negative.
also said I was right once.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that
you
will
usually
never
are,
happen
though.
again.
You
No.
usually are right. Yeah.
So yeah, there is that. So I got like 100 biddies for that. Thank you for those tips, the Buzz
200 biddies.
and Soda. So if I had, so I have a question. So if I had bad news and I said I didn't get an interview, would I still get 100 bits for that, or no? It's like, fuck you. We're gonna make you depressed.
Would have been unrelated, I'm sure, but you
That would be
still would
unrelated.
have gotten those. You still would have gotten those bits.
Thank you for everyone who's been donating tonight. I appreciate that so much, and thank you for the people who are lurking and watching and seeing us for the first time. I'm Hiro. To my right is Blacklight Oni. Below me is Hiro. And to the right
So you're
is
Hiro
Soda
now.
Pop.
Gotcha.
He's mixed
The
this up
OG
all
product.
night.
Let's catch that shit.
If they
was
said
waiting
no,
for
I
you
would
to
have
hear
given
that.
bits.
He has
What's
mixed
that?
this up. That's like the 5th time he's done that tonight.
I know. Here, below me is Hiro. To the right is Soda.
Soda's the sexy one.
Right. Soda's the one that likes everything. Hiro's the one that hates everything.
That's about right, yeah.
Yeah. So there we go.
My God, this character defamation is real.
Oh, wait till everyone sees the Twitch clips. Twitch clips are coming out next week.
Oh my God.
It's over. I think it's 12
9,000?
shows.
Oh!
There's
Someone's
12
finally
shows, and there's over 100 different clips that I'm putting
She's
together
had that one loaded for a while.
for next Friday.
I know you're quicker than that.
So I'm working on that, but we do have a reaction video that dropped on youtube.com/slagging So you need to go there for 2 different things, guys. Check out and vote who. We have a poll in our community sections. Just click the community tab. Who hates more general content, Hiro or Actinova? And,
Come on.
we will see who wins. And also check out the new video with me like dancing at the end, which is fucking horrible. I don't know why I kept it in there. I wanted to get it to 10 minutes. I was 20 seconds short, so I kept myself
Prophet.
dancing in there. But yeah, check it out. Prophet, what's up, buddy? I got homework for you, buddy. How's your video game coming? I know you're working on a video game.
See.
OG Prophet, man.
I called him out in the chat earlier.
Yeah.
He didn't respond. He wasn't paying
He did
attention.
now. He said hero.
Oh boy.
Or is he saying hero?
Homework, please no. Oh God.
Oh God, this fucking
This one. So
fucking guy.
Who would be surprised that Kotaku would be the ones to talk shit about Nintendo after finding the one disgruntled employee that had left the Nintendo contractors groups? Who would be surprised at that?
If you want me to be surprised by whatever shit Kotaku is trying to peddle this time, you're gonna have to try a lot harder than that.
Isn't that the same company that blamed shootings on gamers? Mass shootings on gamers?
One of them.
They were also the one to say Stray is culturally appropriating Asian culture for their cyberpunk aesthetic, even though Kotaku's name is literally not English. And Stray was also published by a brand called Annapurna, who's the Hindu goddess of food, who is also not English. So, I don't. Kotaku can kiss my fucking ass. Anyways.
Whoa!
I agree with that statement. I 100% co-sign that statement. So, what the fuck?
That's called that's the filibuster alert, but that was just like, they can kiss my ass. There's a warning. Oni's going nuclear. that is the Death Star warning. So if you guys like talk too much, I hit this button.
Please don't.
Sounds like the Purge, actually.
I told you there's new sounds this week.
Is that Nancy Pelosi speaking? Is that what I hear?
What?
Oh, no, stop.
No, keep going.
So she said.
Oh, Tyrion Death redeemed the Ewok song.
Time to get some dance.
I guess I have to wait until that's over to finish this.
It's like with my ADD brain, it just makes me happy because like so many different things are going on at once.
Yeah. Why is Soda falling off the screen? No, don't go down there.
So she said.
Whoa.
You know you like it.
Yeah, it is the weekend.
I really don't know how to react to that sometimes.
Well, you walked in on that.
Oh no, he definitely just voiced his opinion there. Anyway.
On the weekend.
Follow the dopamine of my ADHD brain. Hiro knows that because you gotta get out what you have to say, otherwise you explode, right? That's what it feels like. Well,
sometimes. They're about to fly.
Oh, good luck, Eris.
Have a good one, Eris.
Have a safe trip. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you, and be safe. And
I'll
talk to you soon.
Ultimately what's going on here is Kotaku put out this hit piece. It is a hit piece. You can't think of it as anything else. They're basically they're basically saying that apparently they were also the ones that broke the story about Blizzard Activision's Frat Boy Culture. But ultimately what they're saying is that Nintendo also had this Frat Boy Culture, and they're basing it entirely off of the allegations of one single prior employee. And she wasn't even an actual full-time employee of Nintendo. She was an employee of a subcontractor of Nintendo.
Wait. Let me give you context here, Hiro. When that happens all the time in the gaming industry, just to give you a little bit of context, not even an employee. So that happens to me when I was working at EA the first time. Although I was technically working for EA, I was hired through a firm and was a contractor. So
same way in IT.
Right. You are a staff member for that project. So I think it's a little disingenuous to say she wasn't even an employee when technically that's how the industry is. I'm not trying to like.
No, you're fine, because I'm still going to add some context to that.
Sure, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you.
I'm still going to add some. No, you're fine. You're fine. That context is important that you say that, because there's further context based off of her allegations that matters to. So one of the things that she complained about was they were in a work group chat. I don't know if it was something
like
ridiculous
GitHub or something.
I would say probably more of a Slack channel or probably
Slack,
a text message group or something like that. And she complained about another contractor that was talking inappropriately in that chat. It was literally a chat that was full of jokes and memes and stuff. And he apparently made an inappropriate joke along the lines of smash or pass of specific Pokemon.
Yeah,
Apparently-
not safe for work stuff. That's not really appropriate. In that type of...
Now that's fine. I'm not going to defend that. Apparently,
Right.
that guy later got terminated or something like that, and then he complained about somebody, or she complained about somebody complimenting her, and then she complained about a guy. Like, I'll just put it this way: she complained about a wage gap, about another guy that was getting paid $19 an hour when she'd been working for the company for $16 an hour, and she'd been there for 9 years, and he was a recent hire. Now, some context for that. Was he also
please.
a subcontractor? Let me ask that. Was he also a subcontractor, or
Right.
was he a direct employee? How much experience did he have? How much need
Exactly.
for his position did he have? How much of... There's so much other context that's missing
There's
from
other
that statement.
variables. Yeah.
So many variables about that you're not looking at. In fact, Kotaku in this article went on to talk about the wage gap. And in this day and age, I will
It's a fucking myth.
continue. I will continue to call it a myth. I will continue
I
to
will too.
discredit that statement, especially considering there are hard facts, hard statistics that say among the Generation Z, women are actually averaging in major metropolitan areas around the country, they're actually averaging 2% more pay for their salary compared to men. There's a statistic out there.
Yeah.
It's a hard fact.
Yeah, you have to compare one-to-one, industry to industry, experience to experience. When they do the wage gap, they tweak it in a way where it's like they put everything into a giant group and they average it out, and that's where they get their number. Where it should be one-to-one. If I have 3 years of experience and then someone else has 3 years of experience, we should be getting within 2 or 3% of each other. So that percentage that you're saying 2 or 3%, that's dead even. Usually because you have a margin of error.
I would go as far as
Oni-
to say,
Oni-
I know, that's why I want to put this
Yeah,
out there
okay, go
right
ahead.
before she goes in, because I know she's got some good hot lead to sling there.
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead.
That's exactly why I say in this day and age, I would say that the norm of this wage gap is a myth. That is not to say that
Doesn't
there are not
exist.
people that there are not people out there that are in shitty situations where there is a reality of a wage gap.
Right.
The one does not preclude the other, I think is the saying. That does exist in some situations. There are people out there that do have that problem, but that is not the norm in this day and age.
Right. Oni?
Some of the things that are not represented accurately regarding this wage gap conversation are the fact that, like you said, they are generalized means of the numbers. So something that some women like to do is do this thing called have a family, raise the kids. You don't tend to get paid in monetary value when you do that. But they're calculated in those numbers. Other things that are also not calculated. Healthcare benefits, things like that are not calculated in there. Most women who do pursue a career tend to lean more toward careers that don't necessarily get paid as well as some of the careers that men are willing to do for multiple reasons. And that's not necessarily to make a jab at anybody. Okay? Men are more often than not, because of their proclivities emotionally and mentally and physically, willing to work either more dangerous, more hazardous, longer hour jobs that require being away from home, jobs that require more. They're willing to make more sacrifices, which comes at a cost. And some guys will tell you. Some guys may say,
Sorry.
No, you're good. There have been, of course, men who go, I didn't appreciate some of the things I had in front of me because I was so dedicated to getting the next pay raise, doing this, that, and the other for the company when I could have spent, a little bit more time with the family, been there for, a little bit more activities.
I can. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I don't mean to step on you. I can definitely attest to. I can definitely attest to this whole wage gap thing personally, where I can definitely say that somebody working for the same subcontractor as I did got the opportunity to step up into a higher position and get paid more before I did, who also did not have nearly as much experience as me. I have damn near 20 years of experience in IT. That's nothing to sneeze at. And they got the opportunity, she got the opportunity to step up into that position before I did. Them full knowing that she wasn't intending to stay on the project long. 6 months after she got that promotion, she got pregnant and then left the project and moved up north somewhere with her boyfriend.
Fat chicks need love too.
But that's also another thing, is when women have a child, they need time off. Like, that's not just, women need time off. No, your body physically has to heal. This is a very traumatic thing. Granted, most women, it's part of the process, but this is not a light thing. This is not just slap a Band-Aid on this. There's a lot. So maternity leave is very important. Now, I'm not saying paternity leave isn't important either, so don't try to put words in my mouth, anyone who might want to. But that's another thing. So
different situation.
Yeah, men and women are not
That's the reality of it.
Men and women are not the same. And men and women tend to have different values for different times and subjects and periods in their lives. Totally okay. I'm in an art field. Okay, yeah, I chose an artsy-fartsy field. Ooh,
I have no idea how that feels. Not at all.
So, so I'm pretty new at my job. I've been there for about 10 months.
You fucking
and a
noob.
half. So I would never expect to be paid top dollar for just getting in the company. That would be stupid.
Now,
however,
in addition,
I would expect... Sorry.
Chaos makes a great point in the chat. Can males get leaves for getting kicked in the nuts 50 times?
You'd probably be dead, so yes.
I think we call those funerary benefits.
Yeah, right. So there's more to it. This person also complained that promotions seem to hinge on little parties and company get-togethers that they weren't interested in, which she was complaining about promotion into the company, into Nintendo proper, and apparently the leaders were sports fans. And they'd be having little parties at their houses with, that were ball games. And she was complaining that she wasn't interested in that. And why are you so selective in your hearing, you asshat?
Were these company-sponsored parties, as in, like, Nintendo is hosting a party kind of thing? Or is this, hey, there's going to be a gathering
hey, there's going to be a gathering. There's going to be a get-together. There's going to be drinking snacks and tailgating going on.
that's a different situation, because if it were the former, like you were
Yes.
explaining it originally, well, if it were what you were explaining earlier, which is a company-sponsored event, then I can see why the promotions wouldn't go to her, because, and this is going to
Why are you still here?
sound
Now-
hypocritical of me to say, if you are wanting a position in the company, you want to prove to them you want to be part of their culture, so you show up to those events. You, even if you're
And
not
that's
generally
true.
that
That's the
type of
point I
doing
was.
that.
shake hands. You shake hands and kiss babies. Prove
Yeah.
it to them. I am not a. I need my me space, but if there's
And that's
gonna be a
exactly where I
company
would be going
gathering-
with that.
If there's a company gathering, it's good just to show up, at
Mhm.
least to say hi, and then leave, because at
Get
least
the
it
hell
shows
out.
that you do make them a priority to an extent.
You know,
Now-
I'm the same way Oni is in that aspect. Is there's a lot of companies, and I won't mention what companies that do that. Is like, oh, here's free tickets to a ball game. You guys want to go? And I'm just like, I don't want to go. But you have to go to these functions, and I hate doing that. Like, I'm the same way. I need to decompress after a day. I don't want to go out drinking with the boys every night. I don't do that. I'm like, when I'm done, I want to go home and fucking watch TV and go to sleep. That's not my thing. But in this, it's the same but different with this woman's situation. But no matter what gender you identify as, you have to play the game. Yeah, you have to go there. You have
And that's
to do
exactly
that.
where I was going with it.
And like Oni said, it's like you got to kiss babies and do like that's exactly what I would say. Those are almost the exact words I was gonna say. So
It's not
it's
the same
just the
as
way it
ass
is.
kicking. This
Right.
is not the same as ass kissing. This is
No, it's just
being
like
there, showing your face,
Right.
making the company a priority, proving that you want to be part of the team. And you know what? If you feel like you're not getting promotions, or you want to just kind of figure out where
Right.
you sit in the company, talk to your supervisor. I've spoken to
Absolutely.
my supervisors and gone, I know I've only been here for X amount of time, but what can I do to make myself more competitive? What are some things I need to work on? What are some, where do you see me
I
going
never
in
want
the
to hear that
company?
as an older
Things
worker.
like that. Be proactive in your career, no matter how long
Absolutely.
or short you're going to be there. Be
Or
proactive
move.
in it. It's your
Right.
career.
End of story.
else?
I mean,
Yeah, that's
that's
perfect.
that's basically
let's move on
that's
to the next
basically where I
topic.
was gonna go, and that's
Yeah.
basically what's going
I was
on.
saying,
Yeah, like
I was
exactly.
talking
Yeah, I
about if
think
you're not
everyone-
happy where you're at, move. Leave.
Exactly.
Go
I think
find a new
everyone's
job.
on board with that. It's the first time in 6 months we agreed on something. Okay, awesome.
Holy shit. Okay.
I think hell might be freezing over.
Uh-huh.
Oh, here's
So it
another
is
thing we agree
now.
on. Ezra Adams being a garbage
Garbage
human.
human!
Please tell
Yeah.
me someone has a copy of that thing. Because I
How to
heard
write the perfect apology letter.
there's
So
YouTuber
it is
I
a
follow.
published.
Yeah.
It is a published public statement.
Yeah, right.
It was published. Ezra was a sources. What was it? Sources? No, a spokesperson for
You know
Ezra
they didn't write it.
said that he wrote this apology, and immediately the internet collectively goes, "Bullshit!
Bullshit.
That shit is fake. It was a public statement by Discovery, no doubt in my mind. They are trying to damage control, trying to hopefully get people to forget that Ezra Miller is a garbage human."
He said it. He said it.
Said it like 4 times.
Douche motherfucker.
Garbage human.
We've written apologies.
Garbage
human.
One.
Garbage human.
Right.
You know,
It's like because that's what I was going to ask. I go, Oni, did you write this apology? Because you're really good at them.
No, because here's the thing. This is the mistake that they made, or there were several.
They're apologizing for a piece of shit.
There's a
much.
YouTuber I follow, and he read this letter, and I'm just thinking to myself, ooh, this is really bad. Now, I couldn't rate them on their grammar, so they got lucky on that one. But he was reading it, and he was adding his own commentary, and
movie
I'm
nights?
thinking to myself, yeah, you're right. You're basically right on all this. Yep, sounds about like what I would say. Okay, so I know I've done it, and I know I'm not the only one who's done it. There's a difference between apologizing for how you made someone feel and apologizing for the actions that you did that caused someone to feel that way. Big difference.
Isn't that the same as apologizing because you got caught or apologizing because you mean it?
Bingo. Now, here's also the thing. So, a couple things in basic writing you might want to make sure. Make sure your verb tenses all align. What do I mean?
No widows.
Something that's ongoing cannot be forthcoming. It's not how
Right.
time works. This is not Doctor Who.
But he's the Flash. He can create paradoxes.
He's not the Flash in my mind.
The thing also is the way they worded it was very passive
Juvenile.
instead of active. So if you're going to write in a passive way, you're basically not taking true ownership, and it's a lot more
Dramatic
loose,
pause.
we'll say. So if Ezra Miller had written this, and I don't think Miller would have written this unless they were basically being forced, or they somehow linked together all the words they've ever written ever and put them into an AI program to write an apology letter.
That's possible.
I mean, we might have an actually sentient AI, so, have fun with that.
Just call Google.
They just did not, for starters, they did not specifically note anything. Second, it was it was still so self-centered about, I've been in this place, I've done this, instead of, I have worried people.
It sounds like a paper that I grade.
Concerned is the least of anyone's worries. It's the fact that you have been running from the law for the last month, and somehow no one has caught this guy, this motherfucker, this person,
this garbage human,
this miscreant,
douchebag motherfucker.
You have had allegations all up and down the country of so many things,
and across the world.
You have put your hands on multiple people, and coincidentally enough,
suffered the consequences.
Not just that, mostly women.
Shit on, kid.
Why is that? Is it because you know if you were to put your hands on a man, they'd fucking deck you? Not looking good. Not looking good, Miller.
That beat's
Fix
coming in
yourself.
hard.
They are trying to.
I'd like to.
You don't realize it. You don't realize it right now. But Discovery is trying to save your fucking career, and they're trying to save you right now.
Why is it
If
Discovery,
you do not
though?
get help, you will not only wind up in jail, but you will keep considering yourself the victim. This is impossibly
Dark Nova, he's not a
insane.
male, he's a they.
Yeah.
Can we say Ezra Miller is the Amber Heard of the male variety?
Yes.
No, you can't say that.
I will
'cause that's not-
clarify something though. Why? Okay, this is going to be along the same lines as you screaming out, "She's gay!" So along the same lines as that, Ezra Miller identifies as non-binary, but has anybody else picked up on the fact that the partners they choose happen to be female when they choose those partners and slowly get convinced that they too are non-binary?
I know.
Has anybody else noticed that? Has anybody noticed that he has not chosen the stink hole to fornicate with yet?
Stink hole?
I've spoke with someone about that.
The Hershey
I was actually
Highway?
speaking to someone about that, and they mentioned that all their partners have been either women
We're
or
in trouble.
non-binary people who were women at one point, or underage.
That too.
Allegedly.
I like where this is going.
I don't think there's any allegation
just
there
that.
anymore, but I'm not going to speak on a factual basis.
But then also the fact that they only dress up in these more eccentric outfits when there's cameras.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
for attention.
Cameras.
Are you implying it's for attention, Oni?
No.
And then
I don't think she's implying it as much as I am.
Go ahead, Oni, sorry.
I was speaking to somebody and they mentioned that, and I'm like, because I don't follow Ezra Miller like the police. I know it seems like I do, but it's only because they keep showing up in the freaking news.
I wonder if the police were actually
But-
following them or not.
But my thing is, all these members of these groups that they've been with, why is it they're all female? Again, why is it they're all female if you're non-binary? Is it because you know you're stronger than them? Or is it because you think you can manipulate them? Or is it both? I'd be very curious to
That would
hear your
be-
thoughts, Miller.
Yeah, Miller.
That would be probably the variety of the younger type would probably be why they choose them to, manipulate them, impressionable
Well,
young minds.
I mean, you haven't heard Miller put their hands on any guys, right? Only the
Nope.
they only attacked the women.
Exactly.
Only put their hands on the women.
And then as soon as the police showed up, you can't touch me. I don't feel comfortable
Right.
with you touching me. Please don't touch me. Yeah, I saw that video. I saw that video, and that is exactly how how they acted. You can't touch me. I'm non-binary. I don't feel comfortable with you touching me. I don't know where your hands
I
have
don't feel
been.
comfortable with you touching other people. I don't
Hiro,
feel
don't
comfortable with
touch
you
me.
being around other people right now, which is why you belong in a jail cell to be held accountable for what you've done.
So if
I am
they
not s-
if they push me and throw a punch and I deck them and knock them the fuck out, is that a hate crime?
No. I say
Only if you get
They-
caught.
They threw the first punch and I'm defending myself.
Oh no, you're
Now-
justified. The internet would try to crucify you, but you legally would win.
Yeah, because they threw the first punch. I'm choking the motherfucker out and peeing on his head.
Okay,
Just to
that
instill
would be a hate
dominance.
crime.
Just to instill dominance.
Look, if the
You gonna mark your
Marines were told
territory?
not to do that
Damn
after
right.
they killed some Taliban soldiers, maybe you shouldn't do it in our home country. I'm just putting that out there.
Now, choking a motherfucker out. Okay, cool. You've won. But no, I don't want to talk to you, Google. Stop trying. But once you've choked him out, you've won. The moment you try to mark your territory to, instill dominance, that's when you're going a bridge too far.
So I can't poop on his head. That's what you're saying.
No. Plus, you're not Amber Heard, so
Plus, he might like it.
That's true.
yeah.
On both points.
Yep.
You
Your
might like
balls
it
are
and I'm not
anywhere
Amber
near his
Heard.
mouth. He might like it.
I don't know.
He might deserve it, but that doesn't mean you should.
I have these like worst case scenarios if we ever or whenever we go to a convention that I said something somewhere on a live and someone's gonna like get in my face and I'm just gonna do something I regret, maybe like laugh at them. And
Why would you regret laughing at them?
I don't know.
That's how you
'cause,
treat
I
all
would
our
pro-
trolls, anyways.
That's true. And it'd be kind of bad because we were talking about like wearing kilts at a convention.
Probably not a good idea, Frisky Dingo.
So no teabagging? No teabagging. But yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it. You might get put on a list somewhere.
Like I said,
You're
you
on
might
the
end up
list.
with these balls in somebody's mouth.
I'm okay.
I'm gonna just have 20 clips of just like Soda saying something about balls in someone's mouth or something
Right?
crazy.
I mean, something crazy is pretty standard for Soda,
That's
but
true.
today's been pretty out there.
If
Guess you'd
that's
say
my
he's
fault.
It's because he's
ahead.
been hitting a lot of home runs,
No.
Ooh.
or because you're saying he strikes out. Don't break his heart, no.
I'm not swinging.
But you are
Could've
batting
fooled
for a
me.
team.
Maybe? No. Kidding. I said it is the weekend, so.
It's Oni's Yomi.
Yeah!
So I kind of forgot the show existed because I still had TV. I hate this song so much.
I could play the other one.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Open up the place.
Bad, Chieftain. Bad. No.
You're getting the go to hell look. Actually, I want Oni to.
Establish dominance. Establish
Let me
dominance,
know.
Oni.
If this is
Don't crack a
good
smile.
show to watch,
Don't
'cause
do
I've
it.
been-
Don't do it. Don't crack the smile.
I want Oni just to tell me if it's worth watching.
There is a Brit, again, that Brit YouTuber I follow, who I think has watched some of the episodes. He said he liked it for a period spy drama. It's pretty good. Nothing like revolutionary, but stands on its own.
Okay.
So the show Pennyworth is about Alfred, which I think is phenomenal because I love Alfred. He's so cool. He's the common sense that Batman sometimes lacks because Alfred does this thing called living in regular society in a way. Now, yes, you could say, well, he's posh and he, British Secret Service and this, that, and the other, but he still has to interact with people, and he had to learn how to interact with people in order to hide to be a spy. So, I'm going to say about that. Apparently, they're about to enter season 3, which would be nothing but, hey, that's great that the show has survived for 3 seasons. That's
I didn't even know there was one
run.
season.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing about it 2 years ago, I guess. No, I was like, oh, cool, there's going to be an Alfred TV show. That's pretty nifty. Still on my fucking radar.
Was that the voice in your internal dialogue? Is that how it was going?
Sometimes. Look, I can have the most annoying voices, and I feel so bad that other people have to hear it.
No, I like how you tell a story and you go into a voice because it actually kind of paints a picture.
Oh, I'm sure it does. So,
can't even take a fucking compliment.
Is
Go ahead.
Season 3 is about to premiere soon-ish. Which, again, most people would just be like, oh, hey, cool, let me just set the DVR and all that shit. Do people even set DVRs anymore?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, cool. I'm not too old. So, the thing, though, is they're deciding to rename the show. Which doesn't generally sound like a good idea to me because I'm one of those that's like, the whole point of the title of the show is people can fucking find it. The title should be the overarching theme of the show. Either it's the titular character or it's about, playing on the concept of predator and prey like we were talking about earlier. Something. So, a simple title, Pennyworth. Most people would go, what an interesting name. Huh, sounds an awful lot like Batman. Oh, wait, it's Alfred. Duh. That's what you would think.
I thought it was the Monopoly guy, to be honest.
What do you think they're going to call the 3rd season?
Alfred. Batman's butler.
Sort of.
Cancel me.
No.
What is this show?
Pennyworth, the origin of Batman's butler.
Oh my god.
It's so stupid. Someone should be fired for that. Okay, look. We are taught about alliteration, okay? Where you have similar sounding consonants or vowels in a stream of text. Can be very helpful when you're writing rhymes, if you're doing poetry, writing songs, which, yes, form of poetry. It makes it more memorable, sticks in your head. But it can also give that feeling of rhythm, pacing, can make things a little bit more percussive, give a little bit more spice. Couple of things. Again,
Oops.
You're choosing season 3 to do this.
What the hell does that say?
Oops. Didn't mean to allow that.
You can delete it, right?
A bad
I can.
mistype.
I got it.
So, not only is it incredibly difficult to read
Delete
in this
term.
case. Second of all, if you're in season 3 of Pennyworth and you don't know it's about Batman's butler,
Then you're retarded.
I don't know
Yeah,
what the
for
fuck to
sure.
tell you. 3, this ain't about him. This isn't about Batman, okay? This is about Alfred.
Batman.
It's not about Batman. This is about Alfred.
Batman.
The whole point is to be the origin story of Pennyworth. Of
No, I'm Batman.
Why would a man like Pennyworth wind up under the employ of the Wayne family? You know, the man we see as an older man, always by Batman's side, not a yes man, even though he's a butler, he's not a yes man.
He's like Watson. He's like the voice of reason for Batman.
Right.
He's like Watson. Edwin Jarvis was like that to Iron Man. I swear, I'm just putting this out there.
I feel smart coming up with that.
I'm going to come up with a thing of all the really cool butlers or maids as like
Jeffrey
this
from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Superhero team. The superhero team of the butlers and maids. Cleaning up shit like that. You know, it's like, oh yeah, I can do this and make this look spotless. Easy. And then it's like, oh, you're trying to break into my master's house? Oh yeah, that'll go great. I'm sorry, master, for the commotion. You know, we're just taking out the trash. Dumps the body out in the river. It's fine. The renaming a show after you've already had 2 successful seasons because you got a 3rd makes no sense.
Is it really successful if there's like 3/4 of us have never heard of it before?
Well, remember, this is British.
It is British. Okay,
I've heard of it.
Pretty sure
I knew a little bit about it, but not much.
I've seen it. I just
She
didn't know
said it was a
watching.
BBC show, so that could be the reason.
Not that it's BBC to my knowledge, but that it's British based because it is a period drama, in a way.
Period.
Sort of. I just don't. Again, the title doesn't roll off the tongue. It sounds so lame. You're bringing in a character that isn't the title character. He doesn't matter. This is about Alfred. And again, if you don't realize this is about Alfred Pennyworth, maybe this isn't for you. And that's okay. I mean, there are screenwriters that are ripping into this title because they understand that this is a dumb title. Should have left it at Pennyworth. Or, you know what? If you're going to retitle it, put it as A. Pennyworth. That would have been cool. Because then you could do branding of Alfred's signature. That would be cool. So, yeah, I couldn't get over how dumb that was to do that. I don't know whose plan it was to try to rebrand or retitle something.
Maybe it's a licensing issue.
Maybe.
But why would it be a
highly
licensing
doubt
issue?
that.
Pennyworth is still in the name.
Alfred, first of all, everybody knows who Alfred is. Alfred's
Who's
a common
Alfred
name.
again?
They use Alfred as a everyday butler name half the damn time. Pennyworth is also a common name over there. So it kind of is hard for it to be a licensing thing.
I'm just
And
throwing it out there, you know.
yeah, no, I'm just pointing out what I'm making a point. That's all. I'm not really saying your idea is dumb, because it would make sense to think that way. But the other thing is that I don't think that Alfred's last name is common knowledge, especially amongst the everyday normies. Somebody who is very, very big on Batman or very, very big on comics in general would know that.
Yeah.
But I can honestly say that it would be uncommon to hear somebody say that they know Alfred's last name. That,
Yeah, you're probably right. It just...
but am I defending that? No. I think that's stupid. Why would you change the name like that?
Pennyworth, the origin of Batman's butler. The fact that that's a real title that they're going to try to put out there.
That hurts my brain.
Instead of calling
you
it Pennyworth, they should call it Batman's bitch, and maybe they score more than a 1 on the
You
rating.
take that back. How dare you
Alfred's a
disrespect Alfred in such a way?
badass.
Uh-oh.
Next
Let's
thing you know,
remember-
he's gonna be strung up by the assassination threads.
Let's remember this. In the original Dark Knight comic, Batman gets his ass handed to him by the mutants, and Carrie brings him back to the Batcave. Batman tells Alfred, kick her out, she can't come here ever again. Alfred basically gives him the middle finger and goes, she brought you home unconscious, bleeding, and in a lot of pain. She's not going anywhere, sir. Period. That wasn't a semicolon. No, that was end of discussion. Stick a tampon in it and carry on.
Woo!
Shout out to Action Figure Therapy. I hope you guys are doing okay. Anyways, Alfred's no bitch. Alfred had to basically raise Batman. Had to raise Bruce Wayne. And then clean up Bruce Wayne's messes when he kind of went off the rails. Stuck by him. That man's a ride or die. So I think a show to show off how he became that way is important. And of course, you know, period dramas can be really fun if the costuming and set pieces are done correctly and really well. Just don't try to rebrand it. Don't choose that name. That is a sucky name. It's bad. It's
Bad.
Batman's butler. They should just call him Batman's butler. I also once saved Batman's ass from the Joker being the only person who could actually drive the Batmobile in that particular version. Here in Death says.
You know,
Probably.
if they wanted to go with anything, they could have just called it the Butler.
They're like a horror movie named that or something.
Maybe. Oh well.
Sounds like it. The Butler.
Yeah, but I'm done. It's
All right,
bad
we'll
writing.
move on.
Don't. Why is this back?
Oh God.
Uh,
Hero rant
oh
for an
yeah,
hour.
yeah. That's
Insiders say that Obiwan Script originally had Luke, but not Leia. You should just read the scroll on the top. We have a scroll. We're like professional, like cable news, except we actually have facts.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna narrow this down to a short blurb. You summarized it pretty well. The original script apparently had Luke in the position that Leia was in for the entirety of the Obi-Wan series instead of Leia. And then some good idea fairy came in and said it has to be about woman. That's...
Well, think about it. Like, if it was about Luke, it would totally fuck up... I have to say it. The canon. But if they made it about Luke, it would episodes 4, 5, and 6. Well, episode 4 would make no fucking sense. Oh, like they're meeting him for the first time. So they didn't really have a choice. Well, they did. They could have not have Leia in it entirely, Luke or Leia entirely, and have it completely about the plight of Kenobi.
See, the problem is no matter how you look at this,
It's not
it
canon.
fucks up the canon. It fucks up the canon no matter how you look at this. Because Leia did not know who Obi-Wan was. She only knew of Obi-Wan from the stories that her adoptive father or grandfather, I don't remember how that dynamic went.
They'll write in she had a concussion at 15 and doesn't remember anything before that age.
They're gonna do something crazy like that. Yeah. And then Luke only knew him as some old hermit named Ben Kenobi. Like, so no matter how you look at it, it's gonna be fucked as far as canon goes.
Right.
But
you'll fuck now.
The hitch in this whole thing is that they had a completely different plan. And honest and truly, the storyline for Obi-Wan dropping all the shit he's doing and going off planet to go and save whichever child it ended up being would
Yeah.
have made more sense if it was Luke rather than Leia, because he took it upon himself as his self-imposed mission to protect Luke and hide him and then eventually train him. Whereas with Leia, her protection was charged to what's his name? I can't remember his name now.
Yeah,
Tony, help me.
Jimmy Smith's character.
Yeah,
Jimmy Smith is the name of the actor. I don't know.
I can't remember his name. Organa,
Organa is his last name,
Senator.
you know
I think
that.
it was Senator Organa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
But that her protection was charged to that guy.
That guy.
So
Yeah.
why is Obi-Wan the one running off world to chase after that after Leia and not Senator Organa? Or why is his army not going out there? Why is there not
boogie? Ho, ho, ho.
why? Just why?
We fuck up canon. We're Disney Plus.
Canon sucks.
We fuck up canon.
I need that on a shirt.
We are not like Hiro. Hiro is canon. We are not. We are Disney Plus.
That's my thoughts. I'm done.
Yep.
Yay! No, I'm just kidding.
Badger, I hate that you used this photo.
I don't understand. Oh, you know what? I
shit.
did not understand why. I did not understand why that picture was there until just now.
Look how glamorous Oni looks on the right there.
Oh,
She
right?
looks so glamorous. I asked her, I go, is that Oni on the right? She's like, yeah. I was like, whoa, she looks like completely different without glasses on.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know how seldom we
both
get to
of you
see-
look completely different without glasses. And you look more alike with glasses on than without glasses. You look completely different.
I think, and you know what's crazy is they wear similar glasses, so that makes
Right,
the twin
that-
effect more painfully obvious.
Right. They look identical when they're not. Yeah. It's crazy.
Anyway.
Depp can reprise his role as Grindelwald.
So the context of this is missing. I put it in my little topic suggestions. Apparently, Mads Mikkelsen did an interview recently, and in the interview, he hinted that there was potential for Depp being asked to come back and reprise his role as Grindelwald in a later Fantastic Beasts movie. The problem with that is I don't think that there's going to be another Fantastic Beasts after the fucking failure that was the last.
I need a list of those movies from you guys in order to watch them in order, so I know what order to watch them in. Like, don't tell me now. I'm not gonna remember.
Well, because
I don't have anything to write down. What's that?
The only one I've seen of the series was Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the first one.
If you look on the streaming service, it actually has them in order. It'll tell you which order to watch them.
Which streaming service would that be? Netflix?
What is it? No, it's on, let's say HBO?
Oh, I don't have that one.
Oh, well, you're fucked.
It sounds like it.
And the thing
fuck
is
that
that
then.
what I find funny is, okay, so one of my hobbies is going on Wikia pages
Yeah, we
and
know.
just going down rabbit holes.
Right?
So something that they fucked up, it would seem, is that
Dramatic pause.
well, I'm trying to figure out where to start with the telling of this information. Jacob Kowalski loves Queenie. But they can't get married in America because in America, a wizard or witch cannot marry a no-match. That's illegal. Terrible things are done to the witch, wizard, and the spouse for breaking that law. Personally, given the way America has functioned as a society, I just don't agree that we would be depicted the way Fantastic Beasts depicted us. I think part of it may be a sense of British patriotism of the Brits have the right idea and, then there's America doing things wrong. Because in the Fantastic Beasts universe, because remember this is set in the 20s, England, you could get married to a no-maj if you wanted to, or a muggle. You can get married to a muggle if you're a witch or a wizard. In America, you can't. And
You're
in
a lizard,
American
Harry.
society, in American society, witches, wizards, and then muggles or no-maj segregated very deeply. And yet, we're the country that really kind of started the trend of, hey, look, slavery bad, segregation bad. We should really not be doing these things. This doesn't make sense. And then more countries kind of hopped on the bandwagon after going, they've got a point. They've got a point. We've been thinking the same thing. They just did it more successfully. Shit, we should hop on their bandwagon. America kind of helped start the trend. I'm not saying England didn't, but we definitely got the ball rolling because other people started seeing us do it. So I don't think we'd be as segregated as they depicted us in the Fantastic Beasts film. But again, I'm biased because I'm an American. Shocker, I know.
Damn you.
Aside from that, in the third movie of the Fantastic Beasts, Queenie and Jacob got married. So either something happened and I don't know what happened, or they broke their own continuity to have them get married. Continuity that has been put in place in the Harry Potter universe for years.
She's saying they broke canon.
You're a lizard,
Because
Hiro.
that law, Rappaport's law, wasn't repealed until I think 1964 or 1969. That's the law that was in place for the non-marrying of no-maj with Wizarding Society. So they could not have gotten married at the time that they did. And the reason why they do think that it's possible that Jacob and Queenie did wind up together, though, even before the sequel films came out, was because in Pottermore, there was a character named in Quidditch whose last name was Kowalski. And they're only kind of mentioned in passing, but they said if this is the same Kowalski as Jacob, and this is like his grandson or his great-grandson, then at some point, he and Queenie would have gotten married, and either they would have had to have not been in America, or the law would have had to have been repealed, and then they got married, or it would have been an unofficial thing, and, lots of taboo stuff.
Eloping.
I'm sorry?
Eloping.
Yeah. So I don't really... And from what I heard, the storytelling got really questionable in the sequel movies.
My
So
understanding is
really difficult to follow.
I was gonna say my understanding is that the Fantastic Beasts set of movies hasn't been doing well since basically the first one.
Well, yeah, because the first one, from my experience when I watched it, I was actually excited to watch a Harry Potter movie again. It brought that sense of wonder, and part of it was because they had Jacob Kowalski in the cast. They had a guy whose name is literally Everyman being thrown in this place.
Didn't Family Guy have that same thing? The guy's name was Joe Everyman. Go ahead. That's crazy.
Well, it goes a little bit farther than that. So, Jacob, the name, as you know, means to grasp the heel or to supplant or to usurp. It's a very common first name because it's a very good first name. Kowalski is Polish in origin for blacksmith, and it's kind of like the last name Smith in a way. At the time that Jacob Kowalski was alive in this movie universe, he had just come home from World War I from one of the expeditionary forces and came back, found a job. Very low paying job, but a job. And at that time, because of the whole migration of Polish immigrants to America before World War One, a lot of them wanted to do what they could to help their new country because they weren't getting it back home, and they didn't really have a home after World War One was done, because then the Soviet Union started to start swallowing up countries, and then World War Two happened. It didn't get pretty for a while. So literally his name is both historically, culturally, and symbolically everyman. And I loved his character. I still do. It's so good. It was really good. But then as they kept going, they kept trying to, well, for starters, they're not really focusing on the beasts now, are they? Why? It's literally in the fucking name.
Not canon.
2. Starting to get real fucking dark. And after you had such a like positive first movie, and then you just go, let's go straight to hell. I'm like, oh, okay, I want off the ride now, please. Get me off the ride.
Please, sir.
Thirdly, some of the creatures that they're introducing, I understand that these are not exactly historically accurate or culturally accurate. Kind of seem placed there just for shits and giggles. Okay, so first movie, there was a Thunderbird. Frank. Frank was awesome. Very American, okay? Very American.
America.
And Native American too, because Frank is pivotal to doing a very major thing in the first movie. And it was wonderfully animated. However, I get a little shady when it comes to certain creatures based on like cultural mythos. For example, Keating or Keeling in Southeast and East Asian cultures. Why? Because they tend to get simplified, and it really bothers me. So sometimes they're simplified to Chinese unicorn, which bothers me for a lot of reasons, because that's really bastardized and really takes away from the cultural significance of these creatures. So, why do I mention this? Because in the recent movie, one of the last battles takes place in Bhutan, a very small country in Southeast Asia, and there's a ceremony.
That's
with
Italian
the
slang. You know,
Okay.
Bhutan is Italian slang. It's funny. It means something completely different in Italian. But go ahead.
Well,
Nice.
in this ceremony, there's a Keeling, and the Keeling, I'm saying the Chinese pronunciation because the Japanese one may be difficult to record. The Keeling basically chooses the successor of a title, a rank. Why it's in Bhutan of all places, I have no idea. They don't really explain that, especially since Wizarding Society is different from around the world, so why the fuck would you choose Bhutan? Again, the places have to mean something. I'm not saying don't show any of these other cultures, but you have to have a reason why. So it makes no sense. There's no hinting that, oh, hey, you know, our headquarters is in Bhutan for, you know, XYZ reason. Why? Why? Second of all, in the story, spoiler alert, one of the Keeling is killed and then it's brought back using necromancy. Fucking dark, okay? Keeling have this really nifty ability where they can bless the just. They're said to appear to very good people, to pure of heart, all that good shit. They have another ability though. It's called smiting the wicked. Why did this Keeling not just get Grindelwald and kick his fucking ass? That would have been amazing, okay? It's right there. So it just felt really just kind of like, oh, let's make it exotic. Let's just do this. I don't know why. It just didn't really seem to do anything. You know, it's like some people are like, oh, let's just make it Let's make it feel really different. Let's go to some Asian country and not even take any inspiration from the Asian country. That defeats the purpose. Then technically that scene could take place anywhere else. Especially because you keep going, well, that's not how we do it in Britain. Well, that's how we do it in America. So why are you in Bhutan, where neither of you have anything else to say? Anyways. All that to say, Fantastic Beasts films should not have gone the direction that they did. I was talking with somebody and we agreed to disagree on a lot of points, but we did both agree that this series should have been 2 series of movies. Fantastic Beasts should have been about Newt Scamander creating his books. If not, just leave it as a one-shot. We love a good one-shot movie, okay? Not everything needs to have a sequel. And then the other one could be, Grindelwald and Dumbledore, and then have crossovers every once in a while, because that would be cool. Be like your own little multiverse right there. But no, they gotta cram all this into one fucking series. Sometimes more is just more. But I do know Johnny Depp was said to be in another movie. I saw a little word about that. I have no idea what movie it was. I don't remember.
He's got he's got a part where he's king something. I can't remember. No. That's
like Rick and Morty.
Nah, that's Amber. That's Turd.
But oh my gosh.
I can't remember what the movie is, but he's going to be the lead role. He's going to be a king, and that's all I know.
It's really bothering me now. Shit. Oh my gosh. I hate it when my brain does this. Why would you do this to me, brain? Why?
Looks like Hiro's winning with 67% of the vote.
Yeah, of course he was going to
Well,
win.
this is the one time I need an advertisement for that website I really can't stand.
Only because you rigged it, Soda. Because you wanted to spread fake news and false presidencies here. You're stealing the election with your mail-in ballots and shit.
Called China.
China.
Called China. I have a
I
really
voted
bad habit
Not showing up.
not reading in between the lines there, Hiro.
What's that?
I had trouble reading in between the lines with your private chat.
Oh my gosh, why can't
All right,
I
we'll move on to the next
remember it?
topic.
Please.
Yes.
Si, senor.
Oh God.
This one's short.
Can
Very
we do this in
short.
45 seconds or less?
Maybe if you don't harass me about it.
All right, go ahead.
So Elon got a big win in his
Adam's
lawsuit.
family. Sorry.
I'm derailed. What?
He was gonna be in Adam's Family for the show Wednesday.
Is
Johnny
he?
Depp. Sorry. That's
I didn't know
the
that.
recent news. Yes. Sorry. Oh my gosh.
I did not know that. Anyways, going forward, so Elon got a big win in a decision on this lawsuit for purchasing Twitter. My prediction, they're going to settle behind the scenes and he might still make the purchase, but it's going to be far less than what he originally said. He won the decision that Twitter has to come off of a bunch of documents talking about the bots.
Documents for the butts. Okay.
He wants proof that Twitter has been filing with the SEC accurate documents and accurate numbers on their bot situation, which they are claiming less than 5% of Twitter is fake people.
Lies.
And I agree with that statement. Lies. Lies and hearsay. That is all.
you it was fake news. They banned me for no reason. Twitter a bunch of douchebags.
No, they banned you for a reason, Mr. Trump. They banned
No,
you
they
because
didn't.
Oh no, it was a real reason.
I'm talking. Excuse me.
You can talk all you want. They banned you because they're fucking scared of you.
That is right. You're 100% right, Hiro, and I expect your vote when I make an announcement next year.
Yep.
It would be
How about
amazing.
DeSantis this time?
My running mate's going to be Kermit the Frog. Hi ho, I'm Kermit the Frog. I'm here. I'm going to be the Vice President of the United States of America. Yay!
I wouldn't be surprised. As insane as shit's been going.
It's better than what we got now.
That's true. Not easy being green. It sure costs a lot of money in the United States of America, though.
Can we see your penis?
Green technologies. Topical jokes? No? Crickets? Okay. Moving on. Walmart saves money. Live better. More streaming. Paramount Plus.
Fuck's sake.
Walmart joins the streaming wars. No, God, no. Please, God, no. What the fuck?
What?
They're joining the streaming. Are you fucking serious? There's like 10,000 of them.
They're partnering up with Paramount Plus. That's what it amounts to.
Oh, good. They're gonna have another horrible Halo season. Great. That'd be awesome.
Yep. Just for you.
Ugh.
The level of cringe. That's all I can say.
I like the cringe.
Yes, we know you do, Mike. I mean,
Frank Miller is suing for original art of The Dark Knight and Robin.
Sweet.
that's actually sums it up quite well. There's something going on in the background. Frank Miller's been trying to get his content back in his control, and he's suing for it. It's been a long time since he wrote The Killing Joke, and I think publishing rights have lapsed. I think that's what it is, and they're not giving it up.
Is his left eye
crooked?
A full eye lower than his right eye?
I think he just got his head tilted slightly.
His head is tilted, and his face looks like...
It's his nose.
Weird.
Broke his nose in younger years, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say his nose has definitely been broke.
Technically, one of my eyes is a little lower than the other.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not very
it's like a
symmetrical.
full length of the eye. The full width of the eye underneath.
If you look at it and
Are you saying he doesn't see
follow
eye to eye with people?
Oh my
Lord.
God, sweet Jesus. I got a dad. I heard they're not making any more rulers.
You fucked that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't measure up quite well.
I have it here. It's a dad joke, and I fucked it up.
It is a dad joke. I heard that the people that make yardsticks are not making them any longer.
That's what it is.
He looks like Ansel Adams.
Anyways, yes, if you look at it, his nose was definitely broken in younger years, and I think that's just making the optical illusion worse.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Alan Moore were really good friends.
What?
Were.
Hear about the guy whose coffee got stolen?
He got mugged.
We're gonna do a dad joke face off. So you gotta get all your dad jokes ready.
Oh my
God.
They
Just
have
do it
to
on
be
the live.
original ones. Please try to come up with them yourself.
No, just like you read them, they're funnier.
Oh, makes more sense.
Yeah, it's gonna be harder to come up with like 50 of them, right?
Absolutely. Oh no. Oh yes. Okay, so this one was a topic I threw in there because I didn't know if we'd have enough, but apparently we had a lot.
We can skip it.
This game, I loved this game. So this game got remastered and released on the Switch a few months ago. 2 months to be precise. 2 or 3 months ago to be precise. And it was not graphically updated so much as it was just basically re-released with some tweaks and some quest bugs that they had in the games. I will say that this entire 4-game set was phenomenal. For the time, because this game originally came out in 2006, for the time, this game was pretty groundbreaking. It had crossover medium, where it had a set of manga and anime episodes that released alongside it, and it told the story from, well, the game itself is about a video game. Everything that takes place in the game takes place in the video game. So it's kind of a... It was Sword Art on... It's Sword Art Online before Sword Art Online.
Isekai.
Yes.
Isekai.
And it... everything that happened outside of the game in the storyline happened either in the manga or the anime. And again, this just the whole game was phenomenal. I got the collector set for $40 online straight from Bandai. I think it was. Yeah, I think that's. But leveling was ridiculously easy. Wasn't overly grindy. The each set of the 4 volumes of the game, because they were released in volumes, was about 40 hours in gameplay length, which was standard for the time. You didn't really get much more than 40 hours out of a game back then.
Right.
And it just played smoothly. Each game ended in a cliffhanger, just completely on brand for that type of story, which was both aggravating and, I don't know, appealing. I just hate to think of the people that went through this when they played the game back in 2006.
Back in my day.
But I had a lot of fun. The story was not terrible.
Oh, shit. Work barely gets 40 hours out of me. I'd rather give it to a game.
What up, Rogue?
Definitely Rogue Raven.
Hi.
But I would definitely say that the story wasn't perfect, but at the same time, it was very detailed, very intricate, and it had me wanting more when I came to the end of each game. The only real complaint that I had with it was that the 4th game in this set was
Hydrate.
It was released as a
What, you didn't hate it?
Released as a DLC standalone, but it did not. It was short. It was only that one was only like 10 hours of gameplay.
Wait,
it was
what?
incredibly short. Yeah, the last game wasn't a full game. It was meant to be a DLC that was kind of a follow-on bonus story to end out the story that ended in the 3rd game. Like, I did not know what to expect when I selected that game, because the story had wrapped up. Everything had ended. You eliminated the big bad. You defeated everything to do with the final boss, and then it came to and then you just jump into this next game, and you're like, "What's going on?" Oh, that character who wasn't you. That's literally how it went. Oh, that character.
Soda has like a bunch of Z's coming out of his head.
I'm not surprised. He doesn't give a shit about what I have to say.
It's not what you have to say, it's the amount you have to say. I think that's what's frustrating.
I mean, I talked more than most of you guys combined.
I don't have a problem. I'm just making a comment of what's going on.
Hiro, because I have to.
He just gives him shit for 4 straight fucking hours. Poor Hiro.
Basically.
It's what I wait for all week long. I was like, yeah, I get to fuck with Hiro. And then when he's gone, I'm like, where's Hiro? It's like, quit hunting. Quit spending time with your family. Who does that? I mean, my internet... I was going to say, my internet went out, and I had to hang out with my family. Turns out they're pretty nice people.
Wow, shock. I totally just realized what the theme song for Hiro can totally be.
Oh, what's that?
Oh God.
Ugly
I need a
Kid Joe.
hero.
What's that?
And then
I
mix
missed
it with
it.
I hate everything.
There's 3 people talking. What was that?
Sorry.
No, I didn't hear what she said.
Oh, I need a hero.
I need a hero.
And then I said mix it with
Yes.
Ugly Kid Joe. I hate everything about you, and it'd be perfect.
I hate everything about
I thought
you.
that was 3 Days Grace.
Mm.
Ugh.
Mm.
Hey, go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/legging out. There's a new video there.
Oh, did it post?
Yeah.
Give us money on patreon.com.
Give us your money,
Or don't.
please.
Oh, the trivia. So we have trivia this week. Yay.
The birthday
So it's
boy.
very...
I
it's
actually
very
did not
host-
know this.
You didn't know? Birthday
All
boy.
right.
Whose birthday? What?
Mine.
Which lagging out
Happy
host
birthday!
hates bacon? Is it me?
Hero. He
Is
hates
it Black
everything.
Light Oni?
Fake news.
Is it Hiro? Or is
Definitely
it
fake
Soda?
news.
Nova knows this one.
Clearly
Nova.
it's Chief.
Where's Nova? He knows this one.
I know the answer to this one.
Okay, I guess it's... While you guys are thinking about that, let's cue my music.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh boy.
Gotta get swifty again.
I'm the chieftain, bitch.
Didn't hear any music.
You're not supposed to.
Blasphemy.
I'm the chieftain, bitch. I have my own setup now, fuckers. Chieftain's Camper's Corner, She-Hulk. I'd hit it.
Of
Are
course
you
you
sure
would.
the phrase would be she can hit me?
Making snoo, definitely. So, as we know, my segments are been neglecting all summer because I am the hardest working man in gaming entertainment.
True facts are true.
Facts. I'm also the poorest, so I'm working hard and not very smart.
Yet.
So, the trivia question was, which lagging out host hates bacon? A lot of people said me. The people who said me are a bunch of communists. Because that is fake news.
One of them.
Yes. So the real answer of the host who hates bacon is Soda.
So now we may begin the character assassination of the one known as Soda.
Soda is
He
the
like-
communist.
He likes to
Apparently.
bring home the bacon. He just doesn't like to eat the bacon.
It's true.
How could someone not like bacon? He also doesn't like a lot of things. He puts his fucking cereal in the microwave
I
to
do.
heat up.
Hey, what?
He eats his yes.
Yeah.
He eats his cereal. He likes soggy cereal.
I put ketchup on macaroni and green beans.
Oh my
Badger does
god.
Not, now look, that's not necessarily bad. I don't
it is.
prefer
That's
it, but that's not
blasphemy.
necessarily bad.
I think
That's
Badger
it.
Warm
Spaghetti,
cereal, though?
motherfucker. Oh,
There's a
Warm
story
cereal,
behind
though?
this.
Nah.
that's why he
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
show
awesome.
his face. That's why he doesn't show his face.
There's a story. Bacon, pepperoni, all that family gave me heartburn growing up, so I stayed away from it. It's not that I hate it; it just doesn't like me.
it hurt.
You know what?
It hurt
That's
eating it.
fair.
Ugh.
And it was bad heartburn. It wasn't just like your average. It was like I gonna die heartburn.
Oh,
Roker
gee.
even wants to know, does your ice cream get too cold?
I put that in the microwave.
Nova just dropped one of your deep dark secrets, man. Apparently, you
Actually,
hate
I-
chocolate as well.
You
I don't
hate
like
chocolate too?
Yeah, I don't like chocolate.
What the
You're-
fuck
you're
is wrong with
definitely-
you?
We gotta send you back to China and get you
Jesus.
Hey, whoa,
reprogrammed.
no.
I like vanilla.
You are vanilla.
I'm canon.
You're kidding.
You're about to get
Oh my
shot
God.
across the sea in a cannon.
I like pizza. I just don't like
Rogue Gravy
pepperoni
goes.
pizza.
Rory goes, bitch, I'm lactose intolerant and I slam pizza.
Out of curiosity, do you like white chocolate by any chance?
Yes.
Racist.
No, it's because white chocolate is not technically chocolate.
No, it's the byproduct of chocolate.
It's the cocoa fats, but it doesn't have any
Yeah.
of the cocoa solids.
Raven!
Again, I don't hate chocolate. I'll eat a
My
Hershey
asshole
bar.
prolapsed later, but we are. But here we are. Wow.
I'll eat chocolate, but like it's very far in between. So now my brother, because he'll eat any fucking chocolate you leave laying around the house. So
Has he had
Sounds like
100%
me.
cacao?
probably.
Now
I would
that
say.
You know, if
that's
you're looking,
rough a little bit.
if you're looking for a healthy choice, always go with dried grapes. You know,
If you're
it's about
looking for a
raising
healthy choice, pick
it's about
Lagging Out.
It's about raising awareness.
Raising awareness. Wow. Wow. Wow.
It was a grape joke.
It was a grape joke.
Dude. Anyways, you know, if you want a healthy choice, you can also pick Lagging Out. We are
Yes.
0 calories. A
We're
little
gluten
heavy on the
free.
dad jokes, though.
We're gluten
Don't
free
know
and
if
fat free.
I don't think this is good for your blood pressure, though. I'm just saying. So, you know,
Probably not.
watch at your own risk.
If you are a positive streamer and you love a shout out, make sure you send a photo of yourself as a promotion and your Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook name to lagginout@gmail.com, subject purple people, and we will give you a nice long shout out.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
I'm gonna kick
Because
your
everyone
ass
loves
with
a
my
long
kangaroo
shout
foot.
out.
Albino kangaroo.
Right. I'm going to kick your ass with a kangaroo foot. Says the guy who calls me fascist face. Also,
One day we'll have to go over my odd picking habits, my odd eating habits, really.
a new YouTube video has dropped on our YouTube channel. And believe it or not, I did not airbrush my face here. The only thing I airbrushed was the blurry background to make it look like some sort of depth of field. But if you like Azers as much as we like Azers, he does about, I don't know, like 20 or 30 voices. And he trolls people on Call of Duty. He's fucking hilarious. And I did a reaction video and it dropped today at 3 p.m. And here is the link in the chat for you guys to enjoy. And you might get a bonus at the end. You have to watch it all the way through. Don't be a bitch and like fast forward all the way to see the end. Watch the entire thing. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Because that's how our
Bang that
algorithm
bell.
goes up. Bang that bell. The top right-hand corner of your screen. Yeah, so make sure you guys check that out. I'm doing about, no one knows this on the show, but I'm scheduling myself for 8 more reaction videos to go all the way up to the Tri-Bar Awards in November. So I'm a psycho. Yeah.
Crazy motherfucker.
Hell yeah. Rick and Morty.
Yeah!
Rick and Morty, bitches, is going to be dropping September 4th at 11 p.m.
Hell yeah.
Eastern Time on Adult Swim. I know Soda is as excited as I am about this.
I am.
Because I love me some Rick and Morty. Who doesn't love Pickle Rick? I mean, it's amazing. But yeah.
Time to kick ass. Gonna need a soundtrack. Ship favorite playlist. Track one.
Rick, are we about to die?
No, we're about to vanish from this reality.
Let's totally
die.
There's an alien army shooting people. What am I doing?
Small group of alien terrorists. Do a Die Hard.
What does that mean?
Sneak around, use air vents. You've never seen Die Hard?
I'm 17. No, I've never seen Die Hard.
Well, neither did the guy in Die Hard, so you're nailing it.
In summer.
That's Kelsey Grammer's daughter who plays the voice.
Stop being a pussy, Summer. You can't call your granddaughter a pussy.
He uses Jerry as a fucking shield.
What the fuck?
Hold on to that.
It was cute. Huh? What? Everybody, everybody, no, Morty, wait.
Having trouble with your car, Sanchez?
Oh.
That makes no sense.
All
Oh,
the
light
music.
whips. I have one of those in my Star Wars campaign.
Sweet.
Ah!
Oh, I love that show.
They want you to say wubble up and dub at the end, but screw that, right? Yeah, we're not whores.
We're not a word.
Soundtrack.
That was Chieftain's Camper's Corner.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey, please give us money.
Please give us
Is
money.
anyone? Sorry.
Yeah, people are giving us money. We got like a whole bunch of donations. We
That
appreciate that
was-
so much. We hit at least we hit 20 people for about like 45 seconds.
It was actually about an hour and some change before it dropped.
Yeah, so yeah, it's starting to drop now, but yeah. So if you guys have never seen Rick and Morty, I think it's right down, I don't know, Oni's type of dark humor. So
Yeah.
I know you like different genres of animation, but the comedy factor is fucking hilarious.
Yep.
Like if you like take a breath to laugh, you miss something.
It is well written. It's just not like a bunch of bullshit. It's very well written.
It's they have a B story. They actually have a decent B storyline too on every show. It's really good. I'd give it a chance. I don't know if Hiro has actually seen it. Have you seen it before, Hiro?
I have. I've seen a lot of different episodes. Never anything linear, so it's not like I really can follow the full-blown story very well.
One of the writers did Community, if you've ever watched that. That was a great series.
Oh yeah,
so good.
That was a good series.
Same
And then
writer.
they ruined it.
Susan Sarandon's in it. She plays the psychologist Dr. Wong. And they go to see her, and the mother comes in there, and she goes, she's like, it's like, listen, Dr. Wong, by the way, racist name. I'm like, what the fuck? It's the Pickle Rick episode. I'm like, she's Asian. Her name is Wong. It's like Smith. It's
Night, Raven.
Later, Raven.
Good night, Raven.
Thank you for stopping by.
You can. I'll talk you in later. I'll be right there.
Cool.
All right.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Wrong team, I think.
You or her.
Unless there's something you're not telling us, but hey, that's not our business.
Yes. So, anyways, I was getting messages, just so you guys know. Full disclosure. Messages from Hiro. It's like, hey,
I hate this place.
I have a long drive ahead of me. And I go, this is right in the middle of the show, by the way. This is him. He's like, I have a very long ride ahead of me, and I'm like, in there I say, you're telling me this now? He's like, I told you earlier in the week. I go, no, you said you didn't have time to set up your Stream Deck and your mixer because you'd be away from your computer.
Sunday.
You never specifically said where you were going. You just said you were not going to be at your computer. Now, I was already pissed off at the fact that I was putting my time aside to help you.
Uh-oh.
But, apparently your time is more important than mine is.
Mm-hmm.
And time with your family is more important than the chieftain.
I know, that's fucked up.
Which is extremely insulting to me as the hardest working man in gaming entertainment.
Family's overrated.
I'm just kidding. But so
I know.
Yeah. That was the conversation. He's like, "Hey, can we wrap this up early?" I'm like, "Okay." So I kind of
Soda's driving me nuts. I need to get away.
We speed ran like the last 6 topics because.
Meanwhile, I'm looking over here at Oni and I'm worried that we're losing her slowly.
I'm more just wondering why I should care about you working in video gaming when I don't work in video gaming. So.
Me?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't care.
Exactly.
Why would you? Why would you care about that?
Because you brought it up, which means you care.
I brought it up because it was contextual to the show.
Uh-oh.
Debatable. Sounds more like something the judge would throw out.
I don't know.
Hearsay.
Depending on the judge. Not if I judge shop.
Fucking hearsay.
Fucking hearsay.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go again.
She's going to come with the FBI and like
By the way-
take all my paperwork.
By the way,
Take your passport.
Johnny versus Amber Part 2 is coming soon.
No.
Electric Boogaloo.
To the courtrooms near you.
No. God, no.
Depp versus Heard 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Now,
Oh,
now,
God.
mind you, it's probably that is if and only if the judges that hear the appeal greenlight it. I don't think, and I don't want it to go any
Unless they
further.
just
I just
want
want her to
publicity.
shut the fuck up and bury herself in the mud somewhere, never to be seen again.
I don't. With all due respect, I want Australia to come and get whatever piece of the pie
Well,
they
yeah,
want
that.
from her.
Oh, that I approve that. I approve of that. Lock her the fuck away.
Australia can pay itself back from the Emu War that they lost.
Fucking emus are nasty.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, look, our Streamlabs wish list link is up. We can order 1,000 bottles of Mountain Dew Baja Blast for Blacklight only.
Can you order some Sanity?
I think he hasn't figured that
Verdict's
one out.
is still out on that one.
That's at a premium. I don't know where we can get that.
Damn, inflation prices really be hitting hard, huh?
Yeah.
And you know it.
Oh, definitely.
Actually, gas near me is actually pretty... I mean, it's still high, but it's more reasonably priced than it's been in months.
Mm-hmm.
It's 341 over here.
Yeah, it's 3 something here.
I don't remember
Mine's-
what it is over here.
Depending on what part
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
he's
city
electric
or
car.
whatever, 379, 389-ish, kind of, which is actually pretty decent for where I'm at, because I am near a pretty big metropolitan area, so it's...
I suppose
that
that
in mind.
makes sense, but my God, that's way
It'll be
higher than
paying
they are
for it.
here.
Good lord.
$21,000 battery.
Well, you have to remember the state I live in has a lot of different tax things going on, and because I'm technically in a major metropolitan area,
Mm.
they have taxes, and county has taxes and shit. So
Mhm. Some guy
It
figured
does
out the taxes in New York City, and it turned out to be 39-40% taxes with everything.
Yeah, fuck that.
And by the way, context for you, Soda. That's after how long of having the vehicle?
65,000 miles.
5-6 years?
wait, hang on.
Nah.
Does everyone know how many miles their vehicles have?
Mine has almost 125,000.
So, okay, you have 126,000, you said?
25.
125,000.
Mhm.
Soda, what did you say?
0.
He doesn't have a car. He's in a VR world.
No, I literally don't have a car.
I think I'm around 17,000 now.
What are you at?
But if you
250?
want to say my future car has like
Oh,
15,000
no.
on it.
I am around 277,780 miles.
Whoa.
Wow.
I've had him for going on 7 years.
Here in Death is
Got him at
112.
207,000 miles in the state of South Carolina.
Crazy.
He's been through a lot of states.
The 300K
say.
is a big milestone.
States of
Yeah, on a
confusion.
commercial.
But the thing is that you also have to remember for Jeeps of that era, wasn't.
Most of them are not
uncommon to
alive
hear.
anymore.
Well, no, because of where I'm at, and some of them didn't last that long. But that engine, it's not uncommon to hear it go far beyond 100,000 miles or 200,000 miles. Knock on wood.
I want to get a Rubicon 4xe.
I'm not gonna lie. If I had enough money to do something stupid, I'd order a Cybertruck.
Oh man.
It's so ugly. It's beautiful.
Yes. That's what I said. But my wife said no. She didn't just say no. She said fuck no. If I come home and that is in my garage or in my driveway, I am going to drive it somewhere, leave it, and walk away. I'm like, you do that to me? Yes.
I'm just imagining Oni coming out of that car with like her gelled spiked haircut all the way up, like Mad Max out. That'd be awesome.
Are you sure I wouldn't need like a step stool to get out of it though?
Yeah, that's pretty tall. It's pretty high up, isn't it?
You know, that's the thing. There's two features about that truck. It has airbags that for part of the suspension. So when it starts, it lifts. And it also has a retractable step that comes down. So when you walk up to it and touch the door, the step comes down. It's already sitting low, so people that are short could get in. And then they get in, the steps retract up, and then the airbags fill. It has an adjustable suspension.
I mean, my vehicle has 33-inch tires. 31 or 33. And a 3-inch lift kit, I think. The 3-inch lift kit was already there. Okay, I didn't put that in, but because it already had axles in it, I've just put on more truck-sized tires because they're already fucking there. Also, because if you have a vehicle with a lift kit and then you just keep buying standard-sized tires, it looks like someone who skipped leg day. Just.
So what you're telling me, Oni, is that you have to jump to get in?
No, actually, I can slide right in. It's pretty comfy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'd be very surprised. Look, my vehicle is essentially a glorified tin can. But he's a very comfy tin can. He's a very smooth ride tin can.
I like where this is going.
Pissed off with Napa though because had some concerns about coolant. There was a coolant overflow from the reservoir earlier this week. Turns out probably the radiator cap, which I did replace.
Oof.
What?
Sorry.
I don't
Something
get that.
Tierin Death said.
Ooh.
So you're saying it looks like Chief when you do that? No, I don't skip leg day. Leg day is 90 minutes of hell for me. My legs hurt for like 3 days after leg day.
Which is why you do it twice a week.
Nah. I'm too fat for that. I like my potato chips. I need time to munch on them.
Potato chip.
We gotta wrap it up.
And eat it.
All right. Well, we're gonna be rating Tierin Death.
Hell yeah. Ooh.
So on behalf of Blacklight Oni, the very lovable Hiro, the only host that runs at 60 frames a second, Soda.
To the way. Oh.
I'm Chieftain. We're lagging out. Signing off. And rating out Tierin Death.
Hell yeah.
Make sure you say hello. Make sure you let him know that you're there.
Yes,
We'll see you guys next week.